were. So
Yeah.
the group in front of them must have been looking for a ball over the hill there or something. They didn't realize that. So
Yeah, and there have been a couple provisional balls hit already off number 10, so it might have just caused a slight backup, and they didn't see anyone in the fairway and thought they were good to go.
Yeah, again, as you're looking at that picture there is a hill that drops off. You see the golf cart sitting there. Over that hill there would drop off to where you wouldn't be visible. So you could have hit a ball over there, come back over the hill, and then they could realize, oh, someone's down there in front of us. It definitely looks like the group definitely is still in front, because you can see the one person in the distance, a few 30 yards or so to the left of the 150 stakes. He would definitely be reachable from that tee if you were hitting driver.
For sure.
Again, we're at Heatherwoode Golf Club, Springboro, Ohio, bringing you the play today from the Southwest District, Ohio Boys Division III Golf Championships. And this is the small school boys. Don't know the exact numbers, but I think it's everyone below 225 or something like that, number of boys in your school, somewhere in that ballpark. So all the small schools, you can have schools out here with 50, 60 kids and number of boys in their school. So you're looking 20, 30 kids in a class could be here. This should be Lucas Hartley from Jackson Center ready to tee it off on number 10. Definitely looked like it started right.
Yeah, hopefully it was drawn back for him a little bit.
Teeing off third from Covington, a senior, Hunter Ray.
Hunter Ray, senior from Covington High School. This group has the kids playing in their 4 position for their team.
Looked like a solid strike there by Hunter. Looked like he liked it.
Looks like Lucas Hartle's going to re-tee. That looked better.
Yeah, it was a much better shot there.
Going to split screen here to number 1. Should be Matthew Castrucci on number 1. Matthew from Cincinnati Country Day.
From Houston High School, Tanner Vozart.
Tanner Vozard from Houston High School next to play. He's a sophomore.
Looked like a really good shot there by Tanner, taking it over the corner of those trees that you can see on the right.
Third from National Trail, Kellen Laird.
Kellen Laird will be rounding out the 10:40 tee time on number 1 here, going with less than driver. Kellen is.
Again, I think less than driver is a good play on both 1 and 10 today. Obviously, it depends on your length, but most of these kids should be long enough to get it out there to hit a short iron in by hitting something less than driver. I don't know if you gain anything by hitting driver on either one of these tees.
Good luck.
No, I think especially here on 1, there is that pond out there through the fairway. It's a pretty good way out there, but there's a rough that slopes down into that pond, so I would think that hitting driver would just increase your chance of getting a side hill lie in the rough. So I think you'd preference hitting less than drivers. Definitely on 1, 10. Maybe you could make the point to hit driver, but
Yeah, and it obviously depends on how far you hit your driver too. But if you're on both these tees, if you hit something 230 yards or so, you should be fine 230 yards off the tee. Whether that's might be your driver, but it could be a long iron or a fairway wood or a hybrid, something get you in that 230 yard position and leave you 120 or so, 130 in, which would get you into your scoring clubs. Is really what you want to start off the day with. Is a nice short iron into a green to give yourself a birdie opportunity.
for sure. And some of these kids, like we talked about, some of these kids might just be a little nervous, like we talked about earlier. So maybe driver is the club they're more comfortable with. So even if they do hit it a little bit longer than that, they might just feel less nervous about hitting a driver. But I would say that 230, 240 is that range that you'd be looking for on both 1 and 10. And it would leave, like you said, Neil, that 130-ish range in, which you can definitely score from.
Sure. We got a little lull in play on the tee here, so we're going to cut to Stacy Fox. Stacy's our events coordinator here at Heatherwoode. Kind of show you a little bit of the facilities that are available for you for events.
Welcome to Heatherwoode Golf Club, City of Springborough's municipal course, where you can host the wedding or the special event of your dreams. From small, intimate functions such as rehearsal dinners and baby showers to larger events like weddings, graduation parties, or corporate events. Join us to experience our exceptional service, high-end facilities, and breathtaking views. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or online at golfheatherwood.com, or just stop by to play a round of golf or check out the clubhouse. You may also contact me by phone directly at 937-748-3222.
Once again, you see the putting green here at Heatherwoode. Kids getting ready for their opportunity to head out to play their round to try to qualify for the state championships here at Heatherwoode. Again, we're bringing you coverage of the Southwest District Division III Boys Golf Championships today. Top 2 teams, along with the top 2 individuals that aren't on those teams, are going to move forward to North Star Golf Club in Columbus for the state championships next week. You're seeing a scoreboard on your screen right now. Austin, how's your French? Is that French that we're seeing above the names right there?
I think it might be.
Important thing to know, though, is the kids and their schools along with their start times today. And again, tee times are going to run from 10 to, I think the last one's 11:50, and we're going to go off both 1 and 10 tee today. I'm Austin Ambergy. I'm Neil Ambergy. I'm here with Austin Schoonmaker.
I think Austin Ambergy would be your son.
He would be. So that wasn't that unusual to say that, but yeah. So back to the play on number 10 tee, Jack Hollenbeck. Jack's from Summit Country Day. Jack is a senior.
Looked like a solid swing there by Jack. And looking at it a little bit.
Teeing off second from Jackson Center, a sophomore, Blake Noble.
Blake Noble will be next to play in this 10:45 threesome going off number 10. I think the first iron we've seen on 10 today.
Nice move at it there.
Yeah, he looked to have some speed, so
Teeing off third
maybe
from
he was a little bit
Covington,
longer
a
than the rest of
sophomore,
the kids
Matt
so far.
Deeprink.
Matt's a sophomore from Covington.
Guys, play well. Have fun out there.
Seemed to be happy that one. Interesting that he teed up on the left side of that tee box, Austin. But with the dog leg playing right to left, typically most people would tee up on the right side there to kind of take advantage of your angles. I'm guessing that he plays a draw right there and was worried about on that line turning it too much out of bounds into the homes up there.
Yeah, certainly on a straighter hole, it's common to see people that draw the ball tee up on the left side and fade the ball tee up on the right side. But like you said, on a dog leg left, it's definitely a little interesting that he teed up so far left, but looked like he made a pretty good swing at it, and it looked like a pretty good result. So
Yeah, seemed happy with it for sure. But as we'll see, maybe if we show some videos, Brad Smith, our director of instruction, actually, I think, addressed this situation in one of the videos that we might get to see today. You want to set yourself up in position to have your best possible outcome. Just because he teed up on the left side there and got a good result doesn't mean that maybe he shouldn't have been over a little farther to the right. Again, but maybe his ball flight's always, right to left, and he knows his game better than I do, obviously. So, in fact, I don't know his game at all.
yeah, so we can confirm he definitely knows his game better than either of us do.
That's exactly right. All right, back to number 1 tee, Mark Hayden Mann, Cincinnati Country Day. Going with the bucket hat today.
It's a good look. Seen all sorts of different attire today so far.
Ball.
A good swing there by Mark.
Teeing off second from Houston High School, Parker Herrick.
Parker Herrick next to play on number 1 tee from Houston High School. Parker is a senior. And going with driver here on number 1. Solid swing there by Parker down the right
And
side.
teeing off third from National Trail, Zachary Rutan.
Zachary Rutan from National Trail. He's a senior, getting ready to get his day started here on number 1.
Hold on a second. I don't know what that guy's doing.
Okay. Looks like there's someone in the distance. They're having him to wait a second here just to.
Go ahead.
We're ready to play now.
Looks like he likes that one.
Good swing for Zachary and good start to his day.
Good luck, guys.
Again, with 72 players, there are quite a few volunteers and spectators out here today. So maybe there was a spectator in the fairway, parents or friends out to watch the play. So quite a few people here today. And like I said, with that being a blind tee shot, looked like someone was just peeking over the hill there to see who was next on the tee, kind of causing him to take a break before he hit his tee shot there. Again, we are at Heatherwoode Golf Club in Springboro, Ohio today. Boys Division III District Golf Championships. Golf course playing 63.86 today, I think is the actual yardage, so just a little bit under 6,400 yards. Pretty fair distance for the golf course to play. Again, we are D3 is the smaller school boys, so they will actually up the yardages a little bit as we move forward. Not that you can't have a D3 player that can play to as high a level as anyone, but the field as a whole is a little bit, let's just say, thinner when you're talking with a school with not as many boys to choose from. It really doesn't have a whole lot to do. I mean, the best player in Ohio could be a D3 player. Doesn't mean it's not. But as far as the field as a whole and pace of play and things like that, they're going to play this a little shorter than they will for the D2 boys and the D3 boys. And all districts, Southwest Ohio District Golf Championships, are going to come through Heatherwood. We are going to be broadcasting live today. We'll be doing Division 2 boys tomorrow. Division 3 girls will be played on Wednesday. And then the Division 1 boys and girls will actually be played next week on Wednesday and Thursdays. So if you're going to get to the state and come out of Southwest Ohio, you're going to have to play well here at Heatherwood one day. Not sure that in the past, I think the championships have been different golf courses. I think this might be the first time that we've all came out of the same golf course. And again, qualifying today, taking 2 best team scores, and then the 2 best individuals not on those 2 teams, and going to North Star next week. North Star is in Columbus. All right, back to number 10 tee. Leo Charance, Summit Country Day. He's a senior. Quick tee pickup.
Must have liked that one.
Jackson Center,
Yes.
Reed Platfoot.
Reed Platfoot, Jackson Center next to play.
Reed's a sophomore. Reed shot 81 at Shelby Oaks.
More than one oak.
Yes,
Shelby.
there is.
Kind of hard to tell, but Reed looks like he's quite a bit taller than the players we've had come through number 10 today.
Especially as a sophomore, looks very tall.
Teeing off third from Covington, a junior, Bryson Height.
Bryson Height will round out this threesome on number 10 today for the 10:55 tee time. Bryson is a junior.
Looked like he started right, but he didn't seem to be too worried about it, so it must have came back.
Yeah, it must have drew a little bit for him.
Looks like someone is going to re-tee here, right?
I believe this is Leo Schranz. Looks like a better swing for him there. The first one might have drifted a little bit left around the corner, so just hitting another one just to be safe.
Reed Plattfoot's also re-teeing.
Had the swing.
Looking right again. Different pre-shot routines are quite interesting from the players. Reed had quite a bit of foot fidgeting there to get comfortable before he teed it up. It's kind of interesting to watch the different pre-shot routines that kids do to get themselves comfortable to hit. Maybe talk a little bit about pre-shot routine, what you're looking for to do there, Austin.
Yeah, it's definitely important to keep it consistent, whatever it may be, from person to person. You saw with Reed, who shuffled his feet a lot. Some people waggle the club, stand behind the ball, visualize the shot, whatever it may be. As long as you keep it consistent from shot to shot, that's the most important thing, just to get you in the frame of mind to commit and hit to that shot, hit your shot that you're trying to hit.
Yeah, I think whatever you're trying to do the same thing over and over and over, correct? So you kind of take the thought process out and kind of just get into muscle memory. I'm going to do this same thing every time, and then I'm going to go, and that'll lead to more consistent golf shots.
That's right.
And like you're saying, really doesn't matter what that thing is. Like with Reed shuffling his feet there, that's all fine and good. If he does the same thing every time, you know, he can lead to good golf shots doing that. I think Reed's probably pre-shot routine you'd want it to be a little bit quicker for pace of play wise. It doesn't, obviously he's trying to get comfortable over the ball there. And it takes, you know, different things for different people. But if you can get a pre-shot routine that's pretty quick, you're going to help pace of play and get yourself in. Whether your pre-shot routine is quick or long doesn't really matter. It's that you're doing the same thing every time to get your muscles into the fact that you're going to hit a good shot.
That's correct. Jumping back over to number 1, we got Ethan Argus from Cincinnati Country Day.
Teeing off second from Houston High School, Ethan Lukey.
Ethan Lukey from Houston High School next to play. Ethan is a junior. Going with driver on number 1 today.
Teeing off third from National Trail High School, Nick Brubaker.
Nick Brubaker will be the third to play in this group from National Trail High School. Nick's a sophomore. I believe these are the 1 men for their team, so these will be the last players for their teams that we'll see off number 1 until they make the turn at 9 and then again at 18. Until they finish on 18, I should say.
Redley.
All right, we've been at it for just about a little over an hour now, so we've got quite a few kids out on the golf course. We are once again showing you the D3 Boys Golf Championship here at Heatherwood Golf Club this morning. Beautiful morning for golf. Wind is starting to pick up a little bit. We're starting to see it blow our papers around on the table here a little bit. So if we're getting it here with our backdrop, they're starting to definitely get it out on the golf course. For those of you who haven't been here before, quite a bit of water in play here, so the wind can lead to elevated golf scores pretty quickly if you can't control your ball flight. Really, that's what we want to. We want to crown the best players today. So a little wind, if you're a good player, probably isn't a bad thing. If the better players probably want to see the wind.
Yeah, I would say that's a true statement. Yeah, the harder the conditions, they're always going to allow for the best player that day, at least, to come out on top. So I personally always like when the conditions are tough.
Yeah, so a lot of wind probably eliminates a certain number of players who aren't used to playing in the wind. So again, we're about an hour into it, so not yet see anyone come down 9 or 18 yet. So about another hour before we get to see those guys. While you're seeing us here on video, this is Carl with the Miami Valley Golf Association you're seeing on camera. Definitely like to thank Carl, Joe, and the whole crew from the Miami Valley Communications Council. They are bringing you the pictures and sound from today's event. Really couldn't do this without them. And a big thank you goes out to them and their crew, along with all the volunteers and staff here at Heatherwood that are bringing you pictures from the cameras, and quite a bit goes into bringing these 4 holes to you today. So I want to thank everybody involved in the event. Again, you're looking at a shot at number 18.
Team off first.
Jumping to
from
number
Summit
10.
Country Day, a senior, Parker Carroll.
Parker Carroll or Summit Country Day, they're the Silver Knights, Austin.
Fierce.
Again, these are the 1 players or the better players on their team.
Parker likes that one.
Teeing off second from Jackson Center, a senior, Nolan Park.
Nolan Fark next to play from Jackson Center. Also a senior.
Teeing off third from Covington, a junior, Sam Grabman.
Last to play here in the 11:05 tee time on number 10 will be Sam Grabman from Covington.
There you're looking at a shot of the driving range here at Heatherwood along with the clubhouse. Obviously, it's a drone footage shot. Not sure if we shot that earlier or if that is actual a live shot. I know we have the drone up in the air, so there's a good chance that that's a live shot of the driving range. As you can see, practice facilities here are outstanding. Being told that that is a live shot. We should be getting close to having most of the people off the range, probably hitting a few putts before we head out. Last tee time is 11:50, so what was your time frame when you were playing Austin and that you're trying to get your balls done? Do you finish at the putting green? What was your routine?
I like to start at the putting green, hit some lag putts, get a feel for the greens, and then also finish at the putting green before I go to the first tee, and then hit balls and warm up on the range in between there. Spend about an hour in total from when I get there till when I go to the first tee, but probably only spend about 40 minutes actually warming up, hitting putts and stuff like that. Just like to give myself plenty of time so I'm not rushed, and make sure I got water, snacks, and all that kind of stuff so I can get myself prepared physically, mentally, and nutritionally for the round ahead of me.
Sure. Also, as we were talking there, you saw a little bit more of 10. Panning over there across the roads, holes 11, 12, 13, and 14. That's number 14 you see there by the pond. This will be 15 coming back here, 15 short par 4, playing into the layup area, and then across the creek to 15 green. On the other side of the tree line there's a long par 4 running down that tree line, 16. 17 would be a pretty decent sized par 3 you're going to see in the distance right there. That would be 17 green just coming into camera. And then 18T would be what you're seeing in the distance. This is 15 fairway. We're getting ready to cut to number 1 for some more tee shots here. On 1, John Mullen. So you're going to see the first time we see anyone from Seven Hills. John is a senior. Looks like that one should be fine. Started out down the middle and should be cutting back into a good position.
Rushi High School, Vince Borchers.
Vince Borchers from Rushi next to play. Vince is a sophomore. Again, first times we've seen any of these players from these schools. These are the 5 men on their teams, just getting ready to start their day. Going with less than driver there, again, as Austin and I have talked about. As long as you got enough length, that's a pretty good play off that tee.
From Arcanum High School, Nate Kessler.
Looks like we've got a switch in player here. This is Nate Kessler, if I'm understanding. Still should be from Arcanum. Again, coaches can change the order of play if they'd like. Took a rip at that.
Yes, he did.
Again, coaches can change the play. They don't even necessarily have to play the same kids this week that they played to qualify with. It's a team competition at this point. So, you know, for some reason, maybe someone was sick or not playing as well. A lot of coaches will have a qualifying tournament to see who comes and plays. If you got a couple kids that are pretty similar in skill ability, to see, you know, who gets to play today. So, but Nate Kessler, looks like from Arcanum, was on that tee. Getting back to some drone video here. This is number 18, coming up through their 18 green to the left of the screen right there. I'm sorry, number 9 green. And then there's a couple buses in the street, and the drone getting ready to land right on top of our broadcast spot here. Once again, we're bringing you today's play, District 3 Boys Golf Championship, Southwest Ohio. Everyone's out here trying to make it to the state championship next week. Again, looking at a shot there at 18 green long, uphill par 4. We should get some play there, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes or so. We'll start bringing some action from that green.
I'll score their group too. Behind 18 green? No, in the clubhouse. I'm going to go in the clubhouse.
There are 12 teams and 12 individuals. Once again, they qualified here from different sites around Southwest Ohio. Looking for the top 2 teams and top 2 individuals to move forward to the state championship next week.
Yeah, pretty awesome experience for these kids, all this week and then next week as well for all 3 divisions. An opportunity to play in the state championship is certainly one that you dream of in the high school sport of all the sports, but especially golf here in Southwest
First, from
Ohio.
Middletown Christian, a sophomore, Easton Wallace.
As play continues on number 10 tee, we're jumping over there. Easton Wallace, Middletown Christian Eagle. Actually, I've seen Middletown Christian out here quite a bit the last few weeks doing some practicing. So he should definitely be familiar with this hole and the golf course itself. Keeping an eye on that one heading right, looked like.
Yeah, it looked like it started down the right center. Hopefully it
Teeing
was
off
turning over
second
for him a
from
little
Fort
bit.
Loramie, a junior, A.J. Ruenkamp.
A.J. Ruenkamp from Fort Loramie. A.J. qualified out of Shelby Oaks with a 91. Didn't seem happy with it, but he did a quick tee pick up. Having a hard time saying tee pick
Teeing
up.
off third from Newton local, a junior, Ty Shower.
Ty Shower, the last person to play in this group. As you heard, Ty's a junior from Newton local. Newton local qualified out of Turtle Creek up in Greenville, I believe. Again, you saw it start off straight and start cutting to the left. Again, if he's got enough distance, that can be fine. Opens up out there. As long as you didn't cut it too much, you should be fine there. Again, Southwest District is exactly what you would think, right? As we go, looks like A.J. Ruenkamp's going to hit another one here. Looks like be more happy with that one.
Yeah, it looked like a better swing for him there.
back to my thought before, Southwest Ohio is exactly what you would think. All the schools in Southwest Ohio, from Cincinnati all the way up to probably a little farther north than the halfway point in the state. You know, they're broken down into school size, and then they break those sizes into the districts. So quite a few smaller schools north of the Dayton area up there, and then, you know, a lot of the smaller private schools in Cincinnati would be included in this also. Not going to see any of the bigger schools until next week here. Division I boys and girls will be here at Heatherwood next Wednesday and Thursday. We will see Division II boys, so kind of the mid-range, tomorrow. And then girls are broken into two divisions, 1 and 2, so we'll see the smaller school girls here on Wednesday. Looks like great weather for those 2 days. Looks like it might be a little cooler next week. So what's what you're running into this time of the year in Ohio? Forecast, like I said, beautiful for today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and what I saw was pretty cold weather on the weekend. So they should be, all the players today should be very happy with the conditions. You could have, I don't know, was it you when you were in the state championship? Was it snowing when you guys played in the state championship that one year, Austin?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was my sophomore or junior year that we played at the state tournament, but it definitely snowed one of the days there. It's just what you get this time of the year, though.
Go make sure he's not on that cable. Yeah, we got the drone there. You're seeing some drone video of Heatherwood Golf Club. Also, what hole are we looking at that there? Is that 16?
Yeah, that
16 green, and along with 2T there.
Yep, and you can see hole number 5 at the top of your screen there, going from left to right. That is the landing area for your tee shots on 5 at the top of the screen. And like Neil said, 16 green there with the bunkers just short right, and 2T going from top to bottom of the screen. Those are the tee boxes that they'll play from.
That tee you see back there on number 2, the far back one, give you an example of how much shorter they're playing today. That tee there is 510 yards, I believe, Austin, something like that. 508, par 4.
Yeah, right around 500 yards. Very long hole, difficult hole for sure.
Yeah, and they're playing 379 today, so quite a bit shorter than what it could stretch out to just for playability, and, you know, they are young boys.
Yeah.
All right, number 1 tee, Will Hartman from Seven Hills, getting ready to play. Will's a sophomore.
Looks like a really good swing by William there.
Teeing off second from Russia High School, Felix Francis.
Felix Francis next to play from Russia High School. Felix is a junior, and the second player in this 11-20 pairing off number 1.
This is a good example of number of boys in your school. Russia has 47 boys in their 4 classes, so pretty small school. Looking left there.
That's a very small school.
Teeing
And
off third from Arcanum High School, Aiden Pulaski.
Again, looks like Arcanum
Oh, I
has.
got it. Excuse me. Teeing off third from Arcanum, RJ Brothers.
Okay. RJ's a sophomore for Arcanum. It's who we thought was going to be in that group. Again, coaches have the abilities to change their players around, do whatever they want until they get to the first tee. Not the best strike there for RJ. But again, plenty of opportunity the rest of the day to hit better shots than that. Again, short par 4. He can make a nice recovery there, get it down in front of the green, get it up and down for par, and head on to number 2. So obviously he'd like to have hit a better one there, but it's not the end of the world. He can still scramble and make a 4.
Yes, you can. Like you said, not the longest of holes, so even if he was a little bit out of position, can get one down the fairway and try to save his par.
Yeah, a few people still left on the putting green. We're only a few tee times away from having everybody on the golf course. I think we should have all the 4 and 5 players, or at least close to all the 4 and 5 players in there. So we should have the 1 players, the 2 players, 3 players for each team, just finishing up their pre-round preparation. Last tee time today will be 11:55 off of 10. So we're not far away from having all the golfers on the golf course. Again, 72 players today, 12 teams, 12 individuals, vying for their chance to head to the state championship next week at North Star Golf Club. You ever played North Star, Austin?
I have not played there, no.
No, never been up there either. I know where it is, but don't know much about the golf course. They're going to play D3 at North Star. The rest of the state championships are going to be played at the Ohio State Golf Club, whether it's the Scarlet or the Gray course. They're going to be on that property for boys D1, D2, and girls D1 and D2. As we're seeing a shot of the leaderboard here, looks like we don't need to speak French anymore. And also, it looks like our scoring is working, because we're seeing there that we have some people tied at +2 so far. So at least some of the scoring is working. Again, if you weren't with us earlier, we had a power outage here at Heatherwoode this morning, kind of knocked some of our systems out. So we weren't sure that we were going to get live scoring, but it looks like we may be. All right, number 10 tee.
Got Matt Mellish from Middletown Christian teeing off first here on number 10.
Again, quite a few schools from far away. Middletown Christian's probably a 10-minute drive from here. So these kids have been here playing a little bit, so definitely familiar with the golf course. Definitely a benefit for them.
Matt watching that one closely, but looked like a pretty good strike for him.
Teeing off second from Fort Loramie, a junior, Noah Manier.
Noah Manier next to play in this pairing.
One-handed follow through, never a good thing, and did not look happy with that.
You know, it didn't look like his best shot there, but like we've emphasized.
Teeing off third from Newton local, a junior, Quinn Peters.
There's a lot of golf left to play for all these kids, so hopefully you can move forward.
Yeah, important thing to remember, it's your first shot of the day, but you're not going to go through the whole day without hitting some bad shots. Nobody ever does, so obviously you want to hit a good one to start your day off, but if that's your only bad one for the day, you're going to have a fantastic day.
That's spot on. Quinn Peters, the third player in this pairing.
All right, looks like we're on one on tee, getting ready for the group of Jack Good, Dom Francis, and Aiden Pazolkowski to tee off. These kids are playing in the 3 position for their teams. Looks like Jack and Dom having some pleasantries there, introducing themselves to each other. Their playing partner for the day. Again, Seven Hills, located in Cincinnati. Russia, up in the northern part of the Southwest District. These kids may have never met each other before. This could be their first time playing together. Who knows? They do play a lot in the summer, so there's a chance that they've never met each other, but there's also a good chance, too, that they've played in some events and know each other. Golf at the junior level anymore, you're spending so much time in the summer traveling, and a lot of these kids will be playing in the same events in the summer. So chance they met before.
There's so many local events and tours now.
First in the 11:30 group.
Very good
Seven
chance they've
Hills
played
High
in
School,
tournaments together.
Jack Good.
A little bit of a delay. I think he went OB and he had to walk all the way back.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Looks like we still might be waiting for the fairway to clear.
Seven Hills qualified as a team score 315. Russia 334, and Arcanum 351. So
Cincinnati.
some of the Cincinnati schools definitely
I mean, it's off like Red Bank.
have some deeper teams.
Golf courses.
So we're going to find out a little bit something today, right? You're going to be playing the same golf course. Obviously, golf course can affect your score, so you'll play the same golf course today, and the goal is to find out who the best 2 teams are here.
Yeah, it's like
But
15 minutes.
Seven Hills had 3 kids shooting the 70s to qualify, and at this level, that's pretty good playing.
It's very solid.
All right, I'm playing 8 with a blue dot. Playing with it.
He's still down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seven Hills, Austin. They're the Stingers.
Wonder if we'll see any stingers hit today by them.
That's a good question, right? It might be a team rule that you have to hit a stinger off one of the tees if you are a stinger.
If it's not a rule, it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And also, what a better time to pull it out than when you're on camera.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Looks like he's got something less than driver there. Looks like that might be a 3-wood. Some of the hybrids are so big anymore, it's kind of tough to tell the difference, but
People are losing balls. See him just to left that.
they are obviously waiting for someone in their landing area to clear their weather.
You're good.
Looks like he's got the okay to play. Again, Jack Good, Seven Hills High School senior. 79 at Walden Ponds as part of the team score to qualify.
Good ball.
Nice swing there. Seems happy with it.
Teeing off second from Russia High School, Dom Francis.
Dom Francis next to play from Russia High School.
Again, we mentioned it earlier. Russia, 47 boys in their 4 grades. As an example, Seven Hills, they have 138 boys in their 4 grades. So definitely have a bigger pool to choose from. Good thing about golf, though, because only need four good players.
Yeah, that's right. And if anything, just makes it even more impressive for this Rushi team that
Teeing off third.
they've been able to make it to the districts and have a chance to compete in the state tournament.
No question. I agree 100%. As we're talking about school size, Arcanum, Arcanum's got 133 boys in their 4 classes. Again, Aiden Polzakowski, apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but he's a senior, getting ready to get his day started.
That one might have had a little bit of left on him, but just rough over there, so maybe a little bit out of position, but shouldn't be any sort of penalty over there for him.
Hearing a little bit of the maintenance equipment in the background there. The superintendent and his staff have done a fantabulous job getting this golf course ready for play. It's in great condition. Playing firm and fast today should help to
Good
determine
morning.
who
This
the
is
best
the
players are.
11:35 tee time. Teeing off first from Middletown Christian, a senior, Josiah Fernandez.
Don't really need to add much to that. Josiah Fernandez, Middletown Christian, ready to play here on number 10. As we talked about earlier, interesting teeing up on the left side of the tee box here. Obviously, he's going to play this, or his normal shot would be a right to left shot, going with a hybrid on this tee.
He has elected to tee up on the very left side, like you said, Neil.
Looks like he lost that one right, too.
Teeing off second from Fort Loramie, a sophomore, Bo Schaefer.
Bo Schaefer will be next to play in this threesome. Going with driver here. Starting down the right side, looked like to be turning over from right to left. Good shot.
Teeing off third from Newton local, a freshman, Will Bowser.
And Will Bowser will be the third player, and finishing out this pairing on number 10. Electing to go with some sort of fairway wood. Started out to the right, but looked to be turning back. Looks pretty happy with that one.
as the group of Fernandez, Schaefer, and Bowser head down 10 fairway, we'll cut over to the putting green to see the last few players for today, concluding their pre-round preparation. Looks like we've got about 3 or 4 groups left to get out on the golf course before we have all the kids out on the course this morning. Again, beautiful day for golf here. Conditions almost perfect, a little bit windy, but couldn't ask for a better day in the first part of October to play some golf in Southwest Ohio. Again, we are here at Heatherwoode Golf Club in Springboro, Ohio, bringing you the play today from the Southwest District Boys Division III Golf Championships. Looking to take 2 teams and 2 individuals who are not on those 2 teams to the state championship next week at North Star Golf Club in just north of Columbus, Ohio. Division III, the smaller division in Ohio boys golf. Again, as we talked about before, looks like, I'm looking at the number of boys, I've got a list of that here, 138 or fewer
Brad Smith here,
boys
Director
in your class. Looks like we were getting ready to cut to Brad Smith there, but Brad decided to leave us real quick. We'll get to Brad later. Brad's our Director of Instruction here at Heatherwoode Golf Club. Brad put together a few helpful tips that we'll put out there today at some point in time. I'm Neil Ambergy. I'm here with Austin Schoonmaker, bringing you the action today. What are your thoughts on how the day's gone so far, Austin?
It's been pretty good. It got a little bit windy there earlier, but it seems to have chilled out, but not a cloud in the sky. It seems to have warmed up a little bit, so looks like we've got a beautiful day and seen some good golf so far, so
yeah,
excited to get some more action as we get some players coming down 9 and 18, hopefully here shortly in the next 15 to 30 minutes or so, I'd say.
Yep. Again, we've got 4 camera locations today that we're going to be bringing you the play from. 1 and 10 tee. We've got cameras located behind those tee shots to show those shots to you. Also, cameras behind 18 and 9 green. As you're looking at 18 green right there, you can actually see our camera crew getting ready to roll and bring you the play there shortly. That is 18 green, along with 1. You can see the dog leg to the right that Austin and I have been talking about, along with the pond through the fairway leading down to that green. Far side of that pond is hole number 17. 17, they're playing at 161 today. Can be stretched out longer. Again, yardages today, we're playing at just under 6,400 for the Division III championship. As you can see, the course is in fantastic condition. No reason to be able to say that there aren't any bad lies out there, really. The only thing you could run into is maybe a divot or something like that. But
That's right.
yeah. Back to number 1 tee. We've got Billy Good from Seven Hills getting ready to get his round started. Billy's a sophomore for the Stingers. Nice move there. Watching anxiously, though.
It looked like it might have started a little bit right, but
Teeing off second from Russia High School, Jude Counts.
Jude Counts from Russia High School next to play.
In this group, the second from last from each team, so the 2 players for the teams. Jude going with something less than driver here. You could hear Jude sound like with a big exhale before he pulled that thing back, maybe trying to work some of
Teeing
the
off
nerves
third
out.
from Arcanum High
Again,
School,
just
Graham
starting their
Brubaker.
day off for their chance to go to the state championship. Definitely going to be a little bit of nerves in everyone starting your round out. Everyone wants the same thing, right? They want to hit a good tee shot off number one, get off to a good start. You think about it the night before. Be great to birdie one, hit a perfect shot down the middle, knock it right next to the hole, and tap in for an easy birdie. Now the execution part comes in.
Be nice to have 18 of those.
Yeah.
It's a good swing there for Graham Brubaker from Arcanum. Looks like Billy Good might be going back for a provisional here. Better starting line there for Billy.
Good luck.
That first one should be in, right?
Should be. He just hit a provisional.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Yeah, I won't come back.
We don't know. We don't know for sure.
Again, Miami Eye Golf Association is actually administering the tournament today. You see the USGA signs. Actually, might be able to, if you want to.
Tee time. Teeing off first from Middletown Christian, a junior, Blake Green.
Obviously, we're jumping to 10T here. Blake Green, Middletown Christian. Getting ready to tee off. Again, this group is the same as the last group on number one. The 2 players for their teams. So.
Blake shot a 77 at Walden Ponds for Middletown Christian to help them advance to the district tournament today.
Well, look at that shot. We got a drone shot of Blake's tee shot on number 10. We're getting pretty high tech around here, Austin.
That was a well-cut switch there.
Once again, Carl and Joe, Miami Valley Communications Council, and their crew bringing us the pictures today. I believe Carl is actually flying the drone today.
And he's doing a very good job.
He is.
Getting us some pretty cool pictures and videos live of the golf course from above.
Austin Plyman, Fort Laramie Redskin, getting ready to get his day started on number 10. The drone definitely gives you a little better perspective of the landing area out there, right? Where you can see, if you can kind of take it around the corner to the left, everything opens up. But also, if you could play it into the wide area of the fairway with a hybrid or something shorter, you got a lot more room to land it. So definitely a choice to be made before you hit your shot on what you're trying to do. So you make your choice and then you try to execute what your choice is. Brady Downing from Newton Local is going with looks like a fairway metal here. Probably trying to turn it around the corner just a little bit.
A good swing there by Brady.
Jump it back over to number 1 tee. Final group of the day going off of number 1, the 11:50 tee time. That group's got Charlie Mullen, Ross Feisinger, and Will Brubaker in it. And these are the players playing the one position for their schools. Again, as you see them shaking hands, introducing themselves to each other, and hopefully all three have a great day. Again, competing against each other to try to be one of the 2 teams or 2 individuals that are on those teams to get to the state championship next week in Columbus. Again, we're bringing you coverage. Division III boys district championships in Southwest Ohio.
Looks like they're waiting a little bit on the group in front of them to clear.
Looks like we've got some action on one of the greens. So we're on number 18 green. This would be the group of Clay Phillips, Joseph Meyer, and Kason Spears. Looks like we're looking at Joseph Meyer right there from Botkins.
Looks like someone's got an approach in there pretty close, about 20-25 feet or so.
Yeah, first time we're seeing 18 today. 18, a long par 4, playing 378 today, uphill. Definitely be happy with the par on 18, although, you know, with it that yardage, if you hit a nice drive, you have a good opportunity. Again, this Joseph Meyer from Botkins taking a look at his putt here about, I'd say 20 feet up the hill. Maybe a little more than 20 feet.
Still a good run though. He's left himself about 2.5-3 feet for his par.
Next to play Kason Spears from Southeastern. Again, first group making it to 18. These are a group of individuals who qualified out of their locations, not a member of a team. So looking to do the same today and play well enough to qualify as an individual for the state championship next week.
Kason just missed that just a little bit outside the hole on the right and ran it by about 2 or 3 feet as well. So he'll have a little bit left for his 2 putt.
I don't see the third player in this group. That would have been Clay Phillips from Ripley Union. I guess there's a chance that he's already holed out. Although we can see 18 from our broadcast location, and I don't see the third player in that group, so maybe he's had an injury or withdrawal or something. All right, back to 1T. Final group of the day off of number 1. Charlie Mullen from Seven Hills. Getting ready to get his day started.
Charlie going with driver here on number 1. It's a solid swing. Taking her over the corner on the right.
Charlie actually shot
King
72
from Russia High
at
School.
Walden Ponds in the
Fessinger.
qualifying. Ross Feisinger from Russia next to play. Ross is a senior. Hoping to continue his high school golf career for one more week after this.
That is the goal. Pretty good swing there. He's watching it though. maybe drifting a little bit to the right.
Teeing off third from Arcanum High School, Will Brubaker.
Will Brubaker will be next to play. Finishing out the last tee time on number 1 here for us today. The 1150 group going with less than driver here. Got some sort of fairway wood or hybrid.
All right, well, that concludes all the tee times on number 1. Everyone starting on the front side is on the golf course. One more group to go off number 10, and then all kids will be on the golf course at that point. We are starting to get the overlap here, right? So the kids that just finished on 18 that we saw may have to wait a second before they get to play. But the last group, as we were saying, on number 10, getting ready to tee off now.
Good morning. This is the 11:55 and final tee time. Teeing off first from Middletown Christian, a senior, Joshua Winhusen.
Joshua shot 77 at Walden Ponds to help his team make it to this point. Again, Middletown Christian as a team shot 336 at Walden Pond. Compared to Seven Hills, who we talked about earlier, who shot 315. So, Walden. Looks like a little bit right, but it should be fine. Well, hopefully it's fine.
Teeing off second from Fort Loramie, a senior, Adam Ballas.
Heard a couple good shots by his playing competitors, so it looks to have turned left for him a little bit. Adam Ballas next to play.
Adam helped his team get here with a 74 at Shelby Oaks. Yeah, as we talk about pre-shot routines, interesting there. Looks like heading right. Sounds like they might be okay from overhearing the discussion
off third
there.
from Newton local, a senior, Hudson Montgomery.
Hudson Montgomery, last player in the field to get his day started.
Hudson also going with driver here. Looks to be aiming down the right side, probably trying to turn a draw for him. He's pretty happy with that.
All right, as we got everyone out on the golf course, cut to a quick video here of the maintenance staff and their daily preparation, so you can kind of see what happens here every morning at Heatherwoode Golf Club. And welcome back to our coverage of the Boys Division III Southwest Ohio Golf Championships. I'm Austin Ambergy here with, did it again. I'm Neil Ambergy here with Austin Schoonmaker. Don't even know my name anymore. So we've got all the kids out on the golf course. So all the tee times are out there right now. What we're going to cut to now is we've got, we're fortunate enough to have a state champion who graduated from Springboro here 2 years ago, I guess now, right, Austin? This would be he'd be a sophomore playing at Kent State.
Yeah.
We've got a little interview with him. We're going to go to that and then show some instructional videos and things like that to give us a little 15, 20-minute break for Austin and I here at the broadcast table. So about 15, 20 minutes of instructional videos. Actually, Austin's actually in a video too. You might get to see a little piece with Austin too. We're going to take a break for a few minutes, but we'll be back in about 20 minutes to continue with live coverage of the play today. So we'll see you in 20 minutes or so.
So I first got interested into golf mainly through my brothers, actually. So I have a middle brother, Josh. He also played at Kent State. He's 4 years older than me, and then my oldest brother, Jake, also played at University of Dayton, and he's 6 years older than me. So I got into golf. I was really into all sports growing up. I played soccer, baseball, basketball, and golf. I think I started playing when I was 4, and you know, we live out here. We're pretty much out here every day, so just being around Jake and Josh, my two brothers, watching them hit, it got me into the game, and it seemed like as I got older, I realized that I was pretty good at it. So yeah, just learning from them, learning from my dad too. He was big into golf. He played in college. We're just a big golfing family, so that's kind of how I got into the game. The state championship's a big tournament. Definitely a lot of preparation that goes into every tournament I play in, but definitely more focus was put into that one. The course they play it at's pretty long, and you got to hit it straight off the tee, so definitely put a lot of emphasis on kind of like the driver and stuff like that. But then you also got to be good around the greens, so pretty much all the facilities they have here help prep me. That's where I prepare for all my tournaments. Yeah, just play as much golf as you can is how I like to prepare. Playing in the state championship was definitely a great experience. I would say it's probably one of the best experiences I've had, just playing against all my peers. I know a lot of the guys just from other high school tournaments, and it's definitely pretty nerve-wracking, especially like I knew I had a pretty good chance to win, so kind of everyone's rooting for you, and I had a lot of my friends from high school came up to watch me. That was just, it was awesome. My parents were there, people from Heatherwoode. It was great. Yeah, winning the state tournament actually kind of jump-started my college career, because at the time I think I committed to Kent State earlier that year, so I kind of played my whole senior year knowing where I was going to college, but I mean, I had a pretty good high school season. It's just like the competition at the state tournament's obviously really good, and knowing that I could win that tournament against the players that were in it just like gives you a ton of confidence, which is what you need on the golf course, because it's as much a mental game as it is a physical sport. So yeah, winning the state tournament was a huge boost of confidence for me, mentally and physically. Tips I would give for the players who are looking to make it to the state championship. I know a lot of the guys on the Springboro team, but just in general, I would say stick with it. Like I said earlier, golf's as much mental as it is physical, so being able to get your mind right and know that you have the game to make it there is a big part of it. And then kind of just trusting the training you put in, because obviously you got to put the time in, but just a lot of trust goes into golf, I think, and being able to commit to your shots under pressure and kind of knowing what is the best part of your game and kind of using that to help you succeed. Heatherwoode's definitely, it's a challenge tee to green. There's some intimidating tee shots out here, like I know 2's pretty intimidating, and then coming down the stretch 16 through 18, you got to hit some good shots. So figuring out what your option is off the tee that's going to give you the most success, committing to that. And then around the greens, I feel like you can make a lot of putts out here. The greens are always good, so as long as you're reading the greens right, you can definitely play well here. This summer at least I played a lot of amateur golf tournaments. This is my first summer as an amateur instead of a junior golfer, so it's been a bit of a change with like the type of tournaments I play in and the competition, because some tournaments I'm playing against like 30 and 40-year-olds now, which is kind of cool actually. But during my school season I'm playing for Kent State. We had a pretty good season my freshman year. I think we got up to 30th in the country at one point, which is obviously pretty good. And then just I work here this summer actually, and that's kind of been most of what I'm doing now, just working and golfing. Next week actually I'm going to play the US Amateur, which is pretty much known as like the biggest amateur event in the world, I guess. It's kind of like the US Open but for amateurs. So that'll be, I'm looking forward to that. That's a huge accomplishment in my career, probably the biggest tournament I've ever played in. It'll be a long week. Hopefully I can get my game right and everything will be going well with that. So yeah, I'm excited. So after graduation, as of right now, my plans are to turn professional, play professional golf. My brother actually, Josh, he just graduated college and he's turning professional. He'll probably be playing somewhere on one of the tours in the spring. He's battling a shoulder issue right now, but yeah, that's my plan, to play professional golf and see where it can take me. My parents grew them just as much as the people around here, you know, Neil, Tom, Matt. I've known them for a long time and they've helped me grow my game, and just everyone at Heatherwood has helped me, my parents, my brothers, just practicing a lot, and my parents come watch me in every tournament, which is nice, and just have learned a lot. Yeah, I would say if you're preparing for the district tournament, definitely been there. It's nerve-wracking. You want to make it as a team. That's the most fun part, but in terms of your own game, because that's all you can control, I would say to just stick to your routine, visualize your shots, and just, like I said earlier, commit to everything and let the chips fall how they may. If I were to describe Heatherwood, I would say it's probably like, it's just my happy place. Like I come here, if I'm bored, I come hit balls, I practice, or I can even, like all the people I met out here that I play golf with, just come talk with them because they're always here. Heatherwood's such a good spot. Great golf course, great practice facilities, great people. All around, just 10 out of 10.
My dad's always been interested in golf. He's played since he was a very young kid, and when I was young, he wanted me to get into it a little bit. My interest in that sport wasn't like super high. I was interested in other sports. I raced go-karts around the country for about 6 or 7 years, and then starting in middle school, I started really liking golf. So my dad really was the one that got me interested in it, and then it just took some time for me to pick that one as what I was going to do throughout high school and college. I started playing golf at the junior high level. It was really awesome that they had a junior high team at Springboro. So I went out for that, made the team my 8th grade year, and then that translated into high school golf. Played 4 years at Springboro High School, got recruited by a couple teams, nothing big, but some small Division I schools, some other Division II and III schools. Chose Wright State to play. I really wanted to play D1 and ended up at Wright State and loved it. Played 5 years there, took an extra year with the COVID situation and enjoyed every minute of it. So I played on the JV level my freshman year and then played varsity sophomore, junior, and senior year. So I played in the district tournament 3 years. I was fortunate enough that the team and I made it out those 3 years. So I was able to play in the state tournament those 3 years as well. So love the district atmosphere. It's so good, very competitive. Lots of good teams, lots of good players, and just a really good achievement to make it out as a team those 3 years. I think a big thing is just to be very excited for the tournament. I know there's going to be some nerves involved with playing at the district level, but if you just translate those nerves into excitement and that you're excited to be here on this stage, you can use that as kind of like all right, let's go, let's get after it, and let's see where we can go from here. First off, I would recommend playing in college to anyone. I think the time that I had there, meeting people, meeting other athletes on other sports teams was just awesome. It just creates like a whole different sort of family atmosphere in college. As far as determining whether you would like to do it or not, I mean, that's kind of going to rest on
the individual shoulders, but there's so many opportunities out there as far as schools needing players and all different skill sets too, with the different divisions of college and stuff like that. So just be very open-minded if you're wanting to play golf in college, to all the different kinds of levels and places where you can play. The state tournament's definitely going to be up there. All 3 years, it was very awesome. We had a great group of guys that I played with on Springborough's team when I was in high school, so that helped. I mean, pretty much every tournament had its own fun memories involved, but going to state those 3 years was just absolutely incredible. And obviously that starts with sectionals and into districts, and obviously those district memories are always going to be awesome. Waiting on the last hole for whoever's coming in last, like, you know, seeing if you guys are going to make it out or not. I mean, that's very special, and some of the memories I'm never ever going to forget. I thought to myself, if I keep on this path, that I can be pretty solid at this game, and all it really takes is a couple of good opportunities and some good weeks strung together in the professional circuit, and you can take off. So as I continued to improve throughout high school and college, it just kind of made sense to me that I should at least try it, because I don't want to, everyone always talks about it, you know, as they get older, they're like, oh, I wish I went and tried it. So like, I didn't want to have those regrets later down the road, for sure. I'm super competitive, and whatever I want to do with the rest of my life, I want to be there's some sort of competitive nature to what I'm doing. So obviously I'm going to try to do competitive golf for as long as I can and see where that takes me. My experiences in professional golf so far have been absolutely awesome. There's just the same sort of grind that I've always been in with high school golf too, and college golf as well. There's always a grind, and my favorite part probably so far is just traveling. I mean, I love to travel, as well as just like I love to play competitively. It's taken me so many different places. I've been west, I've been to Colorado, I'm going to Sweden in a month in September to do the European Tour Q School. So it's just taken me so many different places where I probably wouldn't have gone if I were just starting a job right out of college. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts of doing it, for sure. That's the biggest thing about golf at any level, is just to have fun doing what you love to do. Take a couple deep breaths that morning, but remember that this is a game and we're out here to have fun with your teammates. And then just trust that you've put into the work all season, all summer, all winter. I mean, all the kids have put in so much work to get to this point. Just trust that work that you put in, and then have fun. I mean, that's the biggest thing about golf at any level, is just to have fun doing what you love to do. So just take a couple deep breaths, trust the work that you put in, and go out there and have fun. I would just like to wish all the teams just the best of luck. I mean, really, it's just what an awesome experience to be out here at the district tournament, and I just wish them all the best of luck, and I hope they all, like I said earlier, have fun, enjoy the day, and enjoy the beautiful golf course that we have here, because it's pretty awesome out here. So best of luck to all you guys. What separates Heatherwoode from the rest is that the course condition is just going to be completely spectacular compared to some of the other ones. When I played in high school, we played at Weatherwax. Pretty solid course, but the condition was always up in the air. So Heatherwoode's going to provide an opportunity to showcase maybe a little bit better at the district level, just because it is in tip-top shape all the time. Having Heatherwoode host this tournament means a lot to everyone here. I know it means a lot to Tom and Matt and all the people involved in the pro shop that work here every day. I think it also means a lot to all of just the seasonal workers, like the guys in the cart barn, the guys in the maintenance crew. It means a lot to have this tournament here, because we get to showcase what spectacular golf course we have. And it means a lot to the community as well. I think we're going to take great pride in hosting it here. I know I work here in the pro shop, and I'm going to take great pride in having this tournament here. And I think it'll be good for all the teams and all the players to be able to come out here and hopefully have it here further in the future. My time at Wright State was pretty awesome. I think it was different than other schools. I'm not really sure, because I didn't play at other schools, obviously, but the camaraderie between the athletic department, all the other teams at Wright State, and our team was just absolutely special. I felt so connected to the athletic director and all the other department heads at that school. It was really awesome. It really meant a lot to me, and like I said, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Going to a bigger school obviously could have been cool, but like I said, I loved my time at Wright State. It meant the world to me, and I would not change it for anything. I do run into some guys from my high school days and college days still currently. One of the kids that I played Springboro golf with, Josh Gilkison, he's actually turning pro this fall, so we're going to play in some tournaments together, hopefully travel together as well. I still run into some guys from Wright State. A couple of them have turned pro as well. So I see them all the time, and I see other kids that I played just college against at other schools all the time. So it's a pretty big network. It's almost like a family, so it's a lot of fun. To turn pro in golf as a playing professional, you really don't have to pass a test. You don't have to do anything. You just kind of declare professional. Maybe a better way to put it would be to just rescind your amateur status as a golfer, and then you can basically just start playing for money, and that just kind of opens the door for other tournaments, and hopefully you can continue playing well and make a living in golf. So there is no really like test or anything. You just kind of declare it yourself.
Brad Smith here.
Welcome to the City of Springboro Heatherwood Golf Club. I'm Mayor John Eggenbro. We are so happy that the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest Regional Golf Tournament is going to be hosted right here in Springboro. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. We wish you nothing but success throughout the whole tournament. If there's anything at all we can do in Springboro to make this tournament even better, please let us know. We'll see you around the golf course.
Weibel Energy Systems is a full-service mechanical contractor and building services company focused on making buildings work better. You can rely on us for all of your building's operational needs, including HVAC installation, service and preventative maintenance, building automation and controls, energy services and monitoring, healthy building consultations, and commercial plumbing, as well as security cameras and door access controls. Weibel Energy Systems serves Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus. Learn more at goweibel.com.
Welcome back to the Ohio High School Division III Southwest District Boys Golf Championship. I'm Neil Amberger, bringing you the play with Austin Schoonmaker. We're at Heatherwoode Golf Club here in Springboro, Ohio. You're seeing action on number 9 green right now. We have the group of Jackson Raby, Connor Conklin, and Aaron Hunt. Looks like Tanner Conklin's getting ready to bring a putt up from the fringe. This looks like about 20 feet or so, kind of uphill. Nice stroke there. Very good speed.
Yeah, left himself with just about a foot left. I'm sure he'll elect to just try to clean that one up.
Getting a little glare from the sun here, so it's kind of tough to tell the colors. I believe that was Aaron Hunt from the Senewa Valley.
Yeah, Aaron gave that one just a little bit too much pace. He's got about 5 or 6 feet coming back for his second putt, I believe. Jackson Raby with his attempt. Good speed, just left it a little bit left of the hole. Still a pretty good putt though. Aaron Hunt to clean up his 2-putt from about 5 or 6 feet. Oh. Left it just barely on the left edge there.
As this group's finishing up, they'll be heading to number 10 tee. You're seeing them pan back number 9 fairway. Number 9 short par 5 here at Heatherwoode, straight down a hill. Jumping over to number 10 tee real quick.
That was Braden Cable who just teed off that left the picture.
Looks like Liam von Rosenberg from Purcell Marion getting ready to hit his tee shot here on 10. Going with driver.
Like a pretty good shot there for Liam. We might have missed Seth Jones's tee shot while we were on number 9, but they are headed down towards 10 fairway.
Got a little break in the action here, so we're going to cut to our director of instruction, Brad Smith. Brad recorded a few clips for some video lessons to kind of help your golf game. So let's see what Brad's got to say that might improve your game.
Brad Smith here, Director of Instruction at Heatherwoode. I'm glad you came back to watch how you chip. Some of the problems that I see is the weight transfer. People are still trying to lift it, whether they flip their hands or falling backwards. Trying to lift. Don't want to ever lift, because what happens, I hit behind it. So we're always trying to stay forward. So the best tip I can give you to try to learn how to stay forward is put this left foot back. You're standing on one leg basically. So hopefully you have pretty good distance, but you can see I'm bottoming out in the front here. So we're gonna set up, so that ball is gonna be a little bit more forward. You can see all my weight went to the left side, put my foot back, and then use the left side. Not bad for one leg. So this is how we do it. This is how you're gonna get better at chipping here at Heatherwood. Brad Smith here, Director of Instruction at Heatherwood. I'm going to teach you how to do a little bit of chipping and get a little bit better. A lot of people hit it over the green, hit it thin, try to fly it to the hole, that kind of thing. You can learn the same technique with different clubs, okay? You can even putt it if you can. So whenever you can, try to putt it. And then we can go from there. So if you're close to the green, you can putt it, roll it there. What I'm looking at is about 3 to 5 feet on the green, trying to land it there. And then I'm saying, okay, is the pin very close? I'm going to use my 58 or 54. If it's a little further out, I'm going to use the pitching wedge. And if it's even further out, I'm going to hit the 8-iron. But my landing area is always the same. So the technique, I'll just do the technique here real quick for you. So the technique is all about taking the ball, put it in the middle for now. You can play it forward or back later on. Just play it in the middle for now. Set up. You can open up just a little bit and then take your whole body and move just a little bit this way. So even my head goes this way. So I'm stacking everything on this left side. That's going to allow me to go up and follow through on this side of the ball. So I'm hitting down into the ball a little bit better. So my practice swings are going to match my landing area. So I'm not looking at the hole. I'm not saying here's the hole, I got to swing that big. It's the landing area, which is a different type of shot for most people, because everything we do, putting, you look at the hole. This is how big I swing. Chipping, no, right here. So I'm going to put my ball right in the center for now. Lean forward, hands are forward. Look in the landing area. You can watch my eyes go from the landing area to the hole. And then I'm going to take it back with my left arm and follow through the body. Little long. I have my 54. It should be a 58 for me. So that's kind of how we do chipping. If you knock it close, then you're going to be putting one putt, the most, maybe a 2 putt. So 2 putt or better. The worst you're going to get is a bogey. So that's how we do it to become a golf professional and when you become a really good player.
And we've got the group of Carson LaGrange, Ross Dietz, and Levi Paul on the green right now. Looks like I've got Carson LaGrange getting ready to hit his putt. Again, we've seen this putt before, Austin. This is uphill, probably about 25 feet. Not a whole lot in it, just working on getting the pace right from that distance.
Yeah, might be turning a little bit to his left, but not a whole lot. Looks like his speed was really good there, just maybe missed it about a foot or two low.
Levi Paul from Tri-County North getting ready to play next. Levi's got about 15 feet or so here from above.
Should be breaking a little bit from his right to left.
Boom. Very nicely done. He'll be happy with that. Unfortunately, we don't know if that was a birdie putt, but hopefully for him it was.
We're going to call it a birdie putt.
We are.
Yeah.
As far as we know, that was a birdie.
Yeah.
Carson LaGrange looking to finish up. Looks like he's got 2 or 3 feet here. Really not a lot in this, just firm into the back of the hole is what he'd be looking for.
And he does just that. Solid 2-putt there for him.
Looks like Ross Dietz has already finished out. And off they go to number 1 tee. we on number 9? Number 9, a long, short par 5. As you can see here, we're zooming in on, looks like Regan Steiner from Houston. He's got approximately 200 yards or so into the green from there. Probably didn't catch his tee shot the best. That's a downhill par 5 that's pretty easily reachable. We're playing it today at 509 yards, but straight down the hill. Definitely a birdie opportunity for everyone in the field. I would think so today. Wouldn't you, Austin?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of your best birdie opportunities on the golf course. Like you said, Neil, downhill par 5, already on the shorter side, so you can certainly get a tee ball down there pretty far and have a chance to either get at the green in 2 or at least have a short wedge in for your third shot.
And you're seeing a drone video of the hole right here. Looks like someone's getting ready to play from just out of the rough there, right at the 150 marker. Again, good view of the hole. You can see what we're talking about. It is severely downhill, probably 50 feet or so from tee to green. So, again, you're seeing the kids walking up to toward the green right now, about 100 yards from the green. It narrows in with a couple grass bunkers there, and then the fairway is going to widen out a little bit. There is bunkers surrounding this green, but definitely still a birdie opportunity.
Yeah, relatively small green, but pretty fitting for a hole like this. You don't want to make it. Can't make it too easy for him.
That's right.
So it is sloped a little bit from front to back. That also makes the approaches a little bit harder as well as the bunkers that you were talking about, Neil.
Again, having a hard time to differentiate between the players from this distance on the camera angle, but this is Will Griffin, Regan Steiner, Fletcher Davies in this group. Trees blocking us out a little bit, but approximately 80 yards or so, the flag stick from where he is right there. I can see the ball pretty good, so I can't really tell if it's just in the first cut of rough or in the fairway, but good angle to this pin. This pin looks like it's on the right side of the green, so he shouldn't have any issues with the bunkers. He should be looking right down at it. Definitely would be hoping to get something inside 10 feet here, I would think. That would be Regan Steiner we see heading down the fairway as we jump over to number 10 tee. Up back to 1 right now.
Actually.
My first one was a tailor-made 2. This is a 5.
This should be Kason Spears from Southeastern on the tee, I believe.
Well, it's in play. Yeah.
Hey, good layup.
Oh, man. You're playing that tailor-made 2?
First one's in play. We'll go back to
Yeah, I was going to say. All right, run up to see.
this box.
Didn't look like his best strike ever, but he seemed pretty happy with it, actually.
Very encouraging sound we hear there. As the players walk up to number 9 green, once again we are bringing you coverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest District Boys Division III Golf Championships from Heatherwoode Golf Club in Springboro, Ohio. Looking for 2 best teams and 2 best individuals not on those teams to qualify for the state championship next week at North Star Golf Club in Columbus. D3 is the small schools for the boys in Ohio. And we're doing the best we can to bring you as much live golf as we can. 4 cameras. We've got one behind 1 tee and 10 tee. Also cameras on 9 and 18 green. We're on 9 green right now. This should be Regan Steiner with a little pitch shot here. Pretty straightforward. Should be able to get this one close.
Yeah, not a whole lot in this one. Just get it on the green and get it rolling towards the hole. Pretty good effort there by Reagan.
Not real sure if this is Will Griffin or Fletcher Davies.
But he's got about 20 to 25 feet from the fringe here. Shouldn't be a whole lot in this putt. Actually putting back up the hill a little bit. And didn't give that one enough pace. So he'll have about 6 or 7 feet left after that attempt.
Didn't take long for that other ball to get rolling up there. Looks like he was ready to play.
It's not something you see every day with 3 balls unmarked on the green, Neil.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. They may be invoking a little ready golf here, Austin.
I think it is.
Not great etiquette there either. Or at least it doesn't look like it from our camera angle.
Yeah.
I believe this is Fletcher Davies from National Trail finishing up. And the fist pump. Fletcher with the fist pump as he runs it in from 10 feet.
Fists are flying out there on number 9.
Will Griffin from Cincinnati Country Day looking to finish up.
He does, pours it in.
We're looking at the leaderboard here. Again, looking for the 2 top teams and the 2 top individuals not on those teams to qualify for the state championship next week.
It looks like we've got 2 players tied at even par so far individually.
Again, wind's starting to pick up, starting to blow some of our stuff around on the broadcast table. So definitely wind coming into play on the golf course right now. It is a beautiful day. Temperature's probably in the low 60s right now. But the wind might cause a little bit of an issue. Again, these are small school boys. They've qualified last week at the sectionals. Top 4 from 3 different locations qualified, and the top 4 individuals qualified. So we have 12 teams and 12 individuals playing here today. Leaderboard we're looking at right now is showing you the individual leaderboard. Also, you'll get a chance to see a team leaderboard as it rolls through everybody. We're about, I think, halfway. Well, probably not quite halfway through our play today. We do have everyone teed off, and the people that teed off first thing this morning, 10 o'clock, are onto the back 9 at this point. But everyone is out on the golf course, and play is moving forward. Jumping over to number 9, we've got the 1030 group. Looks like hitting their second shots down toward number 9 green. This is the group of Addison Hyman, Gabe Stangl, Justin Turner. And good look at the hole there, as you can kind of see a little bit the elevation change in the hole from there. And then you can also see the 150 post in that fairway to kind of give you an idea how far away from the green they're playing. Again, this green, a fairly small green, but flat green, surrounded by some bunkers. And the hole playing at 509 yards downhill today. It would be into the breeze, however, so playing a little bit longer because of the wind, but still something with 2 solid strikes, you should be able to get it down around the green into a scoring position.
Good to see it. Didn't know anybody was shooting.
Yeah, definitely playing back into the wind today. Typically in the summer, we get the wind out of the southwest primarily, which this hole would play downwind and makes it even shorter. But moving into the fall, more north winds coming, so playing into the wind today definitely makes the golf course a little bit different in its entirety, really, with some long holes playing downwind and some of the easier holes playing into the wind.
All right, this looks like this would be Addison Hyman with his approach shot here, probably, it can't be more than 20 yards or so short of the green. So looking pretty straightforward chip. Probably wants to get this inside 5 feet, I would think.
I would think so too.
And well done.
Yeah, very well done there. He's certainly got it within that 5 feet range, maybe just over 3 feet left for his up and down.
Again, there you can see from the drone the bunker surrounding the green. I believe that was Justin Turner, although I'm not quite sure.
Next to play, we've got about a 25-footer, breaking a little bit of right to left. Just maybe.
Not a lot of slope in the greens here at Heatherwoode, but there are some slight breaks, which can make things a little more difficult sometimes. But not a lot of undulation, tiers or slopes or things like that. So everything is pretty flat. Although this one's going to have a little bit of break, I believe, from left to right in it. This is probably a left edge putt. If he hits it firm enough, it should stay in the hole.
Oh.
Looks like he read it the same way I did, Austin.
I would have said the same thing. This green does slope from front to back. Not your most traditional break, but that putt must have just been a little bit too straight for the line that he picked.
We're going to a little split screen action here. We've got Landon Stout from Summit Country Day on number 18. Looking like he's got about 25 feet, a little bit downhill. And then they're finishing up on number 9. The group finishing up on number 9 is Addison Hyman, Gabe Stangl, and Justin Turner. Group on 18 should be Landon Stout, Tristan Woolley, and Cameron Haynes.
As you saw, Landon Stout there on the bottom left gave that putt a really good run. Looks like it was burning the left edge, just got about 2 or 3 feet left.
We're jumping around a little bit. We are jumping over to number 10 tee. Not exactly sure which group I have on 10T right there. Must be Reagan Steiner from Houston on the tee.
Looked like that one got going left, but it kicked out onto the tee box right in front of him. A pretty fortunate break there for him.
Going back to 18. to Cameron Hayes from Covington with his long approach putt.
Looks pretty good putt there. A little hard, but he'll only have about 3 feet left to clean up. Maybe just inside 3 feet.
Again, a drone's eye view of 18 green. Should be Tristan Woolley sizing up his putt. 5 or 6 feet or so uphill. Maybe a little bit right to left in it, Austin, you think?
Yeah, maybe a touch. Should definitely not be playing this outside the hole, though.
Well done. And Landon Stout to finish up.
And he does. That's a good 2 putt from the back of the green that he had about 40 or so feet for his first putt. So good 2 putt there for Landon.
Cameron Hayes finishing up. And they'll head over to number 1 tee. Getting a drone's eye view of the golf course here at Heatherwood. Up. Over to number 9. Looks like Tanner Voisard getting ready to his approach shot in from 100 yards or so.
He's definitely got some sort of wedge here. For sure inside of 100 yards. He's got that ball on its way. He's looking at it. Not sure a full catch to see where that ended up.
I believe it's Kellen Laird getting ready to play his approach shot in here on number 9.
Just a pitch shot left for Kellen.
Ball seemed to grab pretty quick there. Left it a little shorter than what he would have liked.
I think it probably checked up a little bit more than he expected. Back into the wind there on his pitch, so easy to do. Leave it short. Looked like Matthew Castrucci marked his ball about 10 or 12 feet away from the hole, so he had a good shot in there.
All right, Kellen Laird here. 40 feet or so uphill. What do you think? Maybe it moves a little bit to the right?
Yeah, it should break a little bit to his right. Pretty flat, not a lot of break in it. Long enough putt, you're just trying to get this one close.
Over on 18, we've got Lucas Hartle from Jackson Center getting ready to come on up. As Joseph Federle marks his ball.
Tanner Voisard on his putt on number 9 on the top right there. Just missed it a little bit to the left, but good pace, and he'll tap in.
Again, Lucas Hartle on number 18, just getting ready to come up here. From this angle, you can see he's a little farther off the green than he looked from the camera behind the green. This is going to have to get a little elevation under this to get it to stop. From the other angle, I thought he might be able to just pitch it.
Oh!
Did he bang that off the flag stick, Austin?
I did. It hit the pin and just maybe had just a little bit too much speed, but a great shot there.
It was for birdie.
Sounds like that was his birdie chip, so he's going to make an easy par there to tap that one in. Joseph Federle here looking at his putt of 10 feet or so. Should be a little left or right in it, but not a whole lot.
Oof. Just gave that one a little bit too much break.
And then Hunter Ray from Covington looks to finish this 3-footer up or so. Interesting, we haven't seen very many people take flag sticks out, Austin. I know we've talked about this in the past, but on those short putts, I like the flag stick out.
Yeah. I feel like the hole looks bigger when the flag's out, so.
There's definitely more room in the hole without the flag stick in it. Yeah. Now, from farther distance, I don't necessarily, I think there's some benefits to it from farther away. Depth perception and an alignment maybe, but when you're in that 10 feet and inside that distance, I'd rather see you take it out.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, looking down 18 fairway here, Jack Hollenbeck, Blake Noble, Matt Diperink. You can see the 150 stake there. Looks like Jack Hollenbeck's in that grass bunker to the left of your screen there. May have played already from 170 yards or so. Looks like we've got Blake Noble right now getting to play his shot from, oh, let's call it 125 yards.
Yeah, in a very good spot if that is his approach to the green.
Actually picked the ball up there a little bit. Looked like it was heading to the left. Hooked it a little bit.
I think they've all hit their second shots.
All hit their second shot, 10:45. Correct. On 18, 10:45.
Looks like Matt Diperink maybe had to just chip down the fairway. Maybe it was behind one of those trees that you can see, or down the right side. So he's got about, I don't know, 70 or so yards left for his third shot here.
Yeah, this is the third shot. Yeah, that can't be his tee shot. That looked good there, though.
Looks like a really good shot there by Matt.
You can see Matt with the stocking cap on. It tells you the temperature a little bit. So it's although it's beautiful, still a little bit of chill in the air with the breeze blowing. You're starting to feel the fall breeze. Jack Hollenbeck, Summit Country Day with his approach here. Don't see the result really on camera.
Yeah, I think he maybe just came up a little bit short. It might have still got on the front of the green. And just got hung up in the rough there.
There is a bunker there that you can't see, but I don't believe he's in the bunker. I think he's just in a little grass swale area there. Looks like Blake Noble's next to play. Pretty straightforward chip here.
Yeah, not a lot, and this one should break a little bit from his left to right. It's really good by Blake there.
Definitely happy with that.
He should have an easy par save from just under a foot.
I would say, Austin, something that I'm finding kind of interesting here myself is when we were watching all the tee shots this morning, pre-shot routines tended to be on the long side. Now play seems to be on the quick side, something where I think maybe the pre-shot routine maybe should be a little bit longer to gauge all the variables in your shot. Now it just seems like, okay, I'm up near the green, let me hit this as fast as I can, which I think it almost should be the other way.
Yeah, and we touched on it earlier. It's just the importance of staying and sticking with that pre-shot routine throughout any of the shots you hit throughout the round, and whether it's putting, chipping, approaches, or driving. Now your pre-shot routine can be different over a chip shot than a tee shot, but you do want to stick to your routine. So it's just one of the important things. So maybe just a note that these guys can maybe learn from.
Again, I'm sure there's some frustration that comes into your heads and you're feeling like, okay, I'm slowing these guys down or something like that. But as long as you have a pre-shot routine that's a timely pre-shot routine, you should still always go through that routine.
Without a doubt. Got Matt Diperink here to save his par from about 10 or 12 feet. Looks like he didn't give that one enough juice.
I thought that looked closer than that. I thought he'd have just tapped that one in instead of marking, but
we were talking about how quick the pace of play is around the greens. I was thinking maybe someone was ready to pull the trigger.
We got Jack Hollenbeck looking to finish up here. Jack looks like he's struggling on this hole a little bit, but hopefully he can make this one and get him in a good mindset as he heads to the next tee. Well done. I'm going split screen here a little bit.
We've got Tristan Woolley on number 1 tee.
And Fletcher Davies looks like he just hit his tee shot on number 10. Back on 18 green, we're getting the looks like Matt Diperink just finished off and headed to number 1 tee. All right, looking at the 1050 group, Mark Hayden Mann, Parker Herrick, and Zachary Rutan coming up on 9 here. It looks like someone's got one way to the left over here. That would be Parker Herrick, I believe, over by the out-of-bounds stakes, but still in play. There's quite a lot of distance over there. I would think that for him to be that far off, that was some sort of a fairway medal or something from the fairway that just got away from him on his second shot. So this is most likely his third shot to this par 5 green. So nice recovery here. Could still set him up for birdie.
Yeah, and actually the pin's over there on the back right side, so he does have a decent amount of green to work with from this angle.
And as the cameraman pans in, let's see if we can see how close he got that one. And that's a fine shot to 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, that's a really good shot from over there. That rough left of the cart path over there can be pretty thick too, so very good shot.
But I'm guessing Zachary Rutan is in the bunker here short. Hopefully he's there in 2, and this is the same scenario for him.
Lost that ball a little bit. Maybe
Nope,
it went in.
I believe it's still
Oh.
in the bunker.
Okay.
He's got that one on though, so hopefully that's a long par putt for him and he can run that one in. Mark Hayden Mann, Cincinnati Country Day, just short of the green here.
Yeah, electing to chip this one. Definitely can reason with putting with it, but he's going with some sort of low lofted wedge, I think.
Looks like good pace, but maybe a little bit too far to the right for him, but still makeable attempt.
Yeah, still pretty solid chip overall.
Again, we're looking at the 1050 group on number 9. So pace of play, actually not too bad right here. We're 5 after 1, so they're going to be finishing up here in 2 hours and 15 minutes. So right on pace. And again, we're seeing Parker Herrick going through his pre-shot routine, lining this one up. Maybe a little bit left to right, but the last time I said that on this, it didn't break at all. So let's see. Definitely not going in that direction.
It did turn a little bit to the left.
After the hole, I think it might have went a little bit.
I
wouldn't
think he could have played that one pretty dead straight. Yeah. It would have went in. This is Zachary Rutan here for his effort, possibly for his par from about 20 or 30 feet across the green. Shouldn't be a whole lot in this one.
Oh, hit the hole.
Just burn that low edge. Still a really good putt. He'll mark that one.
Mark Hayden Mann. Ten feet up the hill.
Definitely not a whole lot in this one. Pours it in. Good putt for Mark.
Again, this group is playing in the 2 position for their teams.
Parker here for his par attempt. He gets that to go. can jump over to number 1.
Not sure exactly who that is. It's someone from Summit Country Day. I'm not sure if it's Joseph Federerly or Jack Hollenbeck.
I believe that was Jack Hollenbeck.
Over to 18 green now. Should be Reed Plattfoot from Jackson Center.
It's got about 25, 30 feet on the front left part of the green. That was a really good putt there. Just didn't give it enough steam, but be happy with a 2 putt from there. It cleans up. Leo Schranz, Summit Country Day.
All right, we're taking a look at the leaderboard here. Again, we're looking for the top 2 teams, the top 2 individuals not on those teams to head to the state championship next week at North Star Golf Club in Columbus. Looks like Ethan Argus is leading the tournament at even par. Ethan's from Cincinnati Country Day. Again, taking a look at the leaderboard here. Running through individual scores. Again, if you're on a team, there's 5 players on each team. We're going to take the 4 best scores from those. And then there's also 12 individuals who are playing with the opportunity to be one of the low 2 individuals and move forward to the state championship next week. Got a little lull in play. That's why we're showing the leaderboard. We're trying to show you all the live coverage we can with the 4 cameras that we have here today. When we don't have much play, we've got some different things to show you. Leaderboard at this point, we're looking at Seven Hills leading. I think Seven Hills, when coming into the event, would have been the favorite. We're looking for the 2 of those teams, right? So I didn't actually see who was in second place. It swapped off there real quick. So we're going to go ahead and continue to show the leaderboard here until we get some action on the golf course.
Welcome to the City of Springboro Heatherwoods Golf Club. I'm Mayor John Eggerville. We are so happy that the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest Regional Golf Tournament is going to be hosted right here in Springboro. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. We wish you nothing but success throughout the whole tournament. If there's anything at all we can do in Springboro to make this tournament even better, please let us know. We'll see you around the golf course.
Weibel Energy Systems is a full-service mechanical contractor and building services company focused on making buildings work better. You can rely on us for all of your building's operational needs, including HVAC installation, service and preventative maintenance, building automation and controls, energy services and monitoring, healthy building consultations, and commercial plumbing, as well as security cameras and door access controls. Weibel Energy Systems serves Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus. Learn more at goweibel.com.
Welcome back to Heatherwood Golf Club for the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest District Division III Boys Golf Championship. We are back on number 9 for live action here at Heatherwood. I believe this is the group of Eaton Argus from Cincinnati Country Day, Ethan Lukey from Houston, and Nick Brubaker from National Trail. It's hard to tell who each player is from this distance, but not happy with that one. But he had about 70 or 80 yards there for his approach. Got another one coming up. Got a ball about 20 or 30 yards in the fairway that we could see as well. It's nice sportsmanship there by his playing competitor. Went and got his divot and went and put it back for him. One of the awesome things about the sport of golf is get to play with so many different people, play and meet so many different people, and very positive environment.
I believe that should be Eaton Argus from Cincinnati Country Day getting ready to his approach here.
Eaton's got about 30 or so yards, only about 10 or 15 to the front of the green. Just maybe gave that one a little bit too much speed, but it's got about 20 feet left from the back of the green there.
Yeah, as we're talking about the team aspect of things, Right now, Seven Hills leading at 7 over, but Country Day is 14 over, one shot behind Newton Local. So all these shots here in the team aspect could make a big difference.
Yeah, it does. Very common cliche in golf, but every shot matters, and especially in the team aspect.
Yeah, and actually, this might actually be Ethan Argus. That might have been Nick Brubaker that we saw earlier.
Good chip there. Left himself about 2 or 3 feet coming back. That's very well done.
It's easy to pick out Ethan Lukey in the red as opposed to the two other competitors wearing similar pullovers.
Yeah, Ethan's got about 25-30 feet here from the fringe. Should be back uphill a little bit. Left that one out to the left side of the hole, but good speed. Got about 3.5 feet left for his 2-putt.
Yeah, this is going to be Nick Brubaker from National Trail here. Just on the green, 25 feet or so. Fairly flat.
Surprised he's not having his playing competitor mark that ball. This looks pretty close to his line of play, but maybe he's confident enough.
Angles can be a little deceiving,
Yes,
but
they
I would
can.
agree. I
Yes,
would
they
have had
can.
him mark that ball also. Again, I'm finding it very interesting that very few people are taking the flag sticks out.
Got Eden Argus here from Cincinnati Country Day left to from about 3 feet left to finish up. Using the yellow golf ball. Oh, caught the low lip there.
Again, as we're talking about, every shot counts for them. That could be important in the long run.
He'll pull the flag for Ethan, who has about 3 feet left to finish up. Nick Brubaker from National Trail here has got about 3 or 4 feet. And he pours that one in. Back to our drone footage showing the clubhouse, and you can see our scoreboard out next to the driving range video board, where we have this broadcast out to all the players, competitors, spectators, and everyone out here at the golf course can watch our stream there on that board as they're making their way to number 10. Getting something to eat, following along. We'll pop back over to number 1. Where we have a group of Parker Carroll from Summit Country Day, Nolan Fark from Jackson Center, and Sam Graveman from Covington. I believe this is Nolan Fark from Jackson Center. First to play. Looks like a pretty good shot there for Nolan.
Yeah, if you've been with us most of the morning, you know that the right side of that fairway is ideal. Anything just to the left of that cart path is almost the perfect line.
Parker Carroll next to play from Summit Country Day. He's going with less than driver here. Popular play off number 1.
Not Parker's best.
No, but it did catch the beginning part of the fairway. Definitely not what he had hoped for, but still in the short grass. Oh.
Again, that might have been not sure who that was.
I believe this is actually Parker Carroll here.
I would agree with that.
Get over.
Looks like it was headed over the trees there. He was asking it to get over them. If it did, there's fairway. He did hit driver, so there is fairway over there. If he hits it far enough down over the hill.
All right, to 18 green. Looks like Easton Wallace. About a 10-footer. Just burns the edge. There we're seeing some of our camera crew hard at work there behind number 10 green. I believe this is Ty Shower from Newton Local.
It's got about 25 feet up the hill. Should be braking a little bit to his right. Oh,
very nice stroke there. As you can see, looking at the two players there, we could be mixing the players up, trying to recognize them by their wardrobe. But I believe A.J. Ruenkamp from Fort Laramie was getting ready to finish up there. Back to number 10T. This should be Ethan Lukey from Houston, getting ready to play.
Yeah, Ethan going with driver here. It is back into the wind, so probably the right club here. Still looking to turn it around the corner a little bit. Looked like he made a good pass on that one.
Nick Brubaker from National Trail.
Going with less than driver here, probably a 3-wood of some 3-wood or 5-wood of some sort. Started off over the cart path there down the left side. Should be pretty solid if it got past those trees. That leaves Ethan Argus left to play from Cincinnati Country Day. Also with Leston Driver. Back over to number 9. Should be the group of John Mullen, Vince Borchers, and John Tritcha. That ball rolls to the back of the green. He'll have about 20-ish feet left. Sorry, Nate Kessler is actually the third play in this group from Arcanum. Nate was one of the players that the coach must have switched the lineup a little bit before they teed off, whether it be due to injury or sickness or just who is playing better coming into this event.
Yeah, that could be simply that.
Yeah.
And he thought that this course set up better for him than whoever the other person was at that spot, and just went with him.
Looked like he had it right on line. I believe that was John Mullen from Seven Hill. This one's tracking. Really good putt there. Taps in for his 2-putt.
Oof. Another nice roll there.
Just burn the low edge. It's a really good putt.
Conditions today a little bit cool are causing Austin and I a little bit of trouble here determining which player's which with the pullovers. I would think every team's got a specific shirt they're wearing, but I don't know that they all are wearing the same pullover.
I believe
this is John Mullen from Seven Hill finishing up. I believe this is Vince Borcher from Rucci. Austin thinks Nate Kessler. We'll flip a coin on it, but we apologize. But it's either Vince Borchers or Nate Kessler with the tap in there on number 9 green. I'm going to agree with Austin. I think that was Nate Kessler. As you can see, a beautiful day for golf out here at Heatherwoode Golf Club. Looking back up 9 fairway. Well, we were. Now we're jumping over to 18 green. believe on 18 green I have Matt Mellish, Noah Manor, and Quinn Peters.
Another group with 2 schools with red in their colors, so again, apologize if we mix up the names.
Yeah, definitely Matt Mellish from Middletown Christian getting ready to line up his putt right here.
Yeah, he's got about 10 feet or so, should be pretty much straight up the hill. Definitely not a lot of break in this putt.
And again, as far as the team aspect of this goes, we've got 3 teams tied right now for second place. Newton Local, Fort Loramie, and Arcanum are at 18 over par, and Middletown Christian is right behind them at 19 over. So every stroke counts for those 4 teams for sure. Cincinnati Country Day is only 1 off that pace. So it's a tight battle for that second spot to go to the state next week. Seven Hills is 11 over. It's got a little bit of a lead. I wouldn't call it a comfortable lead, but they do have a little bit of a lead. Again, having a little bit of a hard time differentiating which player's which in this group. Noah Maynor, Quinn Peters, one of the 2 there. Both have colors, red in their colors, and are both wearing red and black today. And truthfully, they're wearing almost the same hats too, so it's tough to determine which is which without knowing them by seeing them, which we obviously don't.
Yeah, they could very easily be teammates from what they're wearing. They finish out there on 18. We'll head over to 1T here shortly.
We do have quite a few people helping us out today and to bring the broadcast to you, but unfortunately we can't walk a person with every group to help us determine who is who. So we're doing the best we can with what we've got to work with here today.
And we're back over to number 9. We've got some approaches coming into the green now. This is the William Hartman, Felix Francis, and RJ Brothers threesome. I believe this might be RJ Brothers from Arcanum. Sorry, this is William Hartman from Seven Hill coming up from the left rough, probably around 100 yards out, maybe 110. Looks like a pretty good shot if that was his ball in the middle right part of the green.
Austin, I'm going to definitely have to say my favorite nickname today is the Stingers from Seven Hill.
Yeah.
I'm going with Stingers.
Yeah, Stingers. It's pretty solid, especially for golf. Jump over to number 1.
This will be Matt Mellish from Middletown Christian. Again, while we've been talking pre-shot routine, he's definitely getting himself into it, ready to go right here.
Yeah, Middletown Christian just 1 shot out of second place right now. So certainly in the mix. About halfway through the day today. Next to play is either Noah Manier or Quinn Peters. Again, we apologize for not knowing specifics, but
On 10, I've got Nate Kessler with his tee shot. Noah Maynor, I believe, on number 1 with his.
Yeah, Noah went with iron there. Looked like a pretty good swing. Looked like he liked it. Quinn Peters next to play on number 1 on the top right of your screen in the red and gray.
And then I've got John Mullen on the bottom left on number 10.
Looked like a good swing by John.
No, actually, that was Vince Borchers on 10. John Mullen's coming to the tee right now.
Quinn looking at his tee shot down the fairway on number 1. Looks like he is pretty pleased with it.
Again, John Mullen going through his pre-shot routine here.
John going with driver, aiming down the right side, looking to turn one from right to left.
Started on a good line.
Did. Looked like it might have been drifting a little right, but should be in pretty good shape. Back on number 9 with the Hartman, Francis, and Brothers group.
I believe this is R.J. Brothers from Arcanum.
A good putt there from pretty long range. He left himself just inside 2 or 3 feet. And Felix Francis from
Rushi.
Forgot.
Spelled like Russia, pronounced Rushi.
I was going to say Russia, and I knew that was not right.
Yeah.
He might be from Russia, but
It's possibly he could
yeah.
be from Russia,
Yeah.
attending Rushi High School.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but possible.
Yeah, you never know. Felix just narrowly missed that one to the right.
Taps in. Will Hartman, couple feet left to finish up on 9.
Hammers that one home. Good putt there by William.
Over 18. I believe that was Bo Schaefer. No, I'm sorry. Will Bowser. This is going to be Josiah Fernandez. Ooh.
Hard lip out there.
Tried to firm that one right in the back and just lipped out.
cleans
Nice.
up.
Yep, nice recovery there. I believe this is Bo Schaefer from Fort Laramie.
Just a couple feet left here for Bo to clean up on 18. He does just that.
And again, Will Bowser from Newton Local, we believe. Again, similar colors. Can't be real positive that that's it, but I believe this is Will Bowser.
Does look like some sort of N on his hat for Newton Local. I believe this should be Will.
Will finishes up. They will head over to number on 1 green. Again, for those of you just joining us, I'm Neil Ambergy, a.k.a. Austin, here with Austin Schoonmaker. Again, having a little trouble with names today. But we're bringing you coverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest District Division III Boys Golf Championship. I can say that, but I can't say my name.
That's impressive, to say the least.
We're at Heatherwoode Golf Club here in Springboro, Ohio, bringing you today's play, trying to show you as many golf shots as we can. We are about halfway through today's play. Started first tee time at 10, last tee time at noon, so we'll be here till probably about 5 o'clock this evening, bringing you the golf action. 12 teams here, along with 12 individuals trying to make it to the state championship next week at North Star Golf Club in Columbus, Ohio.
Currently,
we've got 4 cameras bringing the action. I think Austin was getting ready to tell you the position and everything. I'll let you go ahead and tell everybody how we stand right now.
Yeah, currently we got Seven Hills in the lead at 11 over par. Cincinnati Country Day coming in second right now at 20 over par, and Arcanum is closely behind at 22, and then Middletown Christian and is that Fort Laramie?
That's it.
They're at 23 over. So Seven Hills with a commanding lead right now, but very close race for that second team spot. And we'll jump back to action on number 1.
Yep.
Should be Bo Schaefer from Fort Laramie. Getting ready to hit his tee shot on number 1.
Yeah, Bo going with driver here, just waiting for some spectators to get out of the way on the right there.
Again, as Austin's giving me the scores there, for those of you who aren't familiar with team golf, 5 players on a team, they take the 4 best scores to come up with their team total. Tee, we've got Felix Francis just hitting his tee shot there.
Both look to have hit pretty good tee shots on 1 and on 10.
And William Hartman next to play on 10. Again, he's from Seven Hills, who's currently in the team lead. I think they would just kind of want to keep doing the same thing they're doing here, put it in the fairway, put it on the greens, and make pars and keep moving forward.
It's a good swing there by William.
Seems real happy with that one.
Yeah, solid shot by him. Last to play on number 10 be RJ Brothers from Arcanum. Like I said earlier, Arcanum is just 2 shots out of second place right now, so still very much in the mix with about half the golf left to play. And back to number 1, we got Josiah Fernandez from Middletown Christian. Oh. Not very happy with that one.
No. I was looking at Josiah's setup there. I thought his hands were really low for that club, so I'm sure that's how his normal setup is, but it was an unusual setup.
They are on their way for their second 9, and we'll catch them again when they come down number 9 for their last hole today. Jump back to show you the individual leaderboard here. We've got Parker Herrick in the lead, even par through 9 holes. Addison Hyman, William Hartman, Austin Peeman, and Charlie Mullen all tied for second at 2 over, and they were through about 6 to 9 holes, depending on where they are on the course. And like we've said, there's all these players are playing for 2 team spots to move on to the state championship and 2 individual spots for those individuals that are not on a team advancing. The low 2 individuals will also make it to the state tournament. Jumping back out to number 9 with the group of Jack Good for the Seven Hills Stingers, Dom Francis from Rushi, and Aiden Pizolkowski from Arcanum. Sorry for butchering that last name. Got a player over there left, in the left rough, waiting to play his most likely 3rd shot. That is Aiden that you see on the screen, close to us. He'll have about a 25-yard pitch across the green from the rough there. He's got plenty of green to work with, so shouldn't be too difficult as long as his lie is okay in the rough. Looks like it might have came out a little dead, but still a pretty good result. He'll have about 10 feet left for his up and down.
Didn't really see the result of that bunker shot. Also, looks like there it is.
Yeah,
just
just
short.
Stayed in the rough there. Got hung up a little bit.
Who do you think? That was Jack Good?
You know, I'm not really sure. If you think it's Jack Good, I'll go with Dom Francis.
Just to be contrary?
No, we'll a little friendly wager on it.
No, I'm not betting on that.
And neither am I. No, that was Jack Good. I think this is Dom Francis over the green here. Not a bad effort there, just left it a little bit short. He'll have about 4 feet left for his up and down. And Jack Good now from the front left rough here. He'll have about 45-foot chip. He's done pretty well there. Got it inside that 4 or 5 foot mark. See Aiden studying his putt from the other side of the hole, trying to get a good read on it.
Hasn't been much break around this hole today from what we've seen earlier.
No, they've seen a lot of putts from this angle from the other side of the hole. It hasn't turned much, so he should be playing this one inside the hole for sure.
It's one of those things when you see everyone misread it, that it's got to be something visually that makes it difficult to see exactly what that putt's doing.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few putts missed on that side of the hole from that angle.
And again, just knowing that green, I would actually think that that green would break different than they're seeing it.
Yes.
So there's like I said, there's got to be something there causing them to see something that's not really there.
I think we touched on it earlier too. Like these greens out here at Heatherwood, they're very subtle. So it's not too surprising to read one going one way and then actually go the other. Aiden here has got about 4 feet to clean up his 2-putt. Oh, Jack Good will go first.
Jack Good from Seven Hills, so they've got a little bit of a lead. That probably doesn't hurt them that much. At least you would hope not. Definitely saw him have 3 or 4 shots around the green there.
Yeah, and again, his could be the score that they might be throwing out right now too.
That's
so,
right.
Doesn't appear to be that way, but
Again, Aiden with the lip out there. One of the interesting things about that putt, he just putted that putt from the other side of the hole, saw it didn't break, went to the other side and still played a break in it. Sometimes you can learn a little bit about your next putt if you actually watch the ball roll past the hole.
Yeah.
And kind of pay attention to it. Obviously, you're disappointed you missed the putt, but still, you probably should pay attention, and he would have known that that putt wouldn't needed to be started outside of the hole right there.
That's a very good observation and very important, like you said.
All right, over to number 9 green. I believe this is the group of Blake Green, Austin Plyman. Oops, I'm sorry, I was looking at 18 green on my sheet. Billy Good, Jude Counts, and Graham Brubaker is who this should be.
Looks like Jude Counts. It's hard to tell from that far away. They are about 200 yards from our camera, maybe even farther than that from the camera. So
it looked like he had the light blue shirt on, so yeah, I would think that's probably Jude. I think that's Billy Good in the fairway looking back, like Graham maybe a little bit behind them, or definitely backing off to the right of our camera angle there. Ball looks like it's in the air.
And they're on their way for their 3rd shots.
second, we're bringing you action from Heatherwoode Golf Club of the 2022 Southwest District's Boys Division III Golf Championship. Got 4 cameras showing you the play today. We're seeing the one right there from behind the green on number 9. Also got a camera behind the green on number 18, along with cameras each behind 1 and 10T. Trying to show you shots from these young men as they try to qualify for the state championship next week in Columbus at North Star Golf Club. There are 12 teams here today and 12 individuals vying for 2 team spots and then 2 individual spots not on those teams. So right now, Seven Hills is leading the team competition by a decent margin, but we do have a group of teams clumped together that are pretty good and all battling for that number 2 position to move to the state next week.
Yeah, we've got about 5 teams now that are all within 2 shots of second place, so we've got about half the golf still left to play for a lot of these teams, so still a lot of golf, but right now it's certainly looks to be a tight race for that second spot, and it looks like Seven Hills has a commanding lead, so as long as they can continue to play good golf, they should stay up front. The conditions are pretty hard. The wind's been hit or miss. It'll pick up for a little bit and then it'll kind of lay down, but still a little chilly and pretty windy. So the conditions will be pretty tough for some of those teams farther back to push forward.
All right, right now we're going to take a little break again, show you some videos while Austin and I take a break. So we're going to cut away from play here for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be back to bring you the conclusion of the action today and find out who our 2 teams and 2 individuals are heading to the state championship next week. So videos we'll show you are going to be facilities here at Heatherwood. Will probably be a couple videos in there, some golf lessons from our Director of Instruction, Brad Smith. So if you want to stick around and watch the videos, maybe you can learn something that would help your golf game. And then we'll be back with you here in about 20 minutes.
Weibel Energy Systems is a full-service mechanical contractor and building services company focused on making buildings work better. You can rely on us for all of your building's operational needs, including HVAC installation, service and preventative maintenance, building automation and controls, energy services and monitoring, healthy building consultations, and commercial plumbing, as well as security cameras and door access controls. Weibel Energy Systems serves Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus. Learn more at goweibel.com.
And I ain't even need your help. Put the work in. 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 I heard you looking for results. Put the work in.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt Cole, the head golf professional and director of club fitting here at Heatherwoode. One thing we put a really big emphasis on is club fitting. Most players don't know just how important it is to their game until they can actually see it. And we utilize technology made by Foresight Sports called the Foresight GC Quad. What it does, it has 4 cameras, so it takes 200 high-speed photos at 10,000 frames per second. So basically we can know everything that's going on with that club and how we need to build the best set for you to improve your game. I got my friend Chase here. I'm going to have him hit a ball so that we can show you just a little bit of the technology we offer here at Heatherwoode. Go ahead, Chase. Pretty good one. Okay folks, if you look on the screen, what's going to come up is basically going to show us everything that's going on with that golf club. So as you can see here, it's even able to give us the point of contact, which is the red dot on the face. It's giving us the path, where the face was, and tells us the lie angle of that club, which is extremely important. Anytime the lie angle of that club is too far down, the toe's going to grab the ground and flip open, so you're going to miss more shots to the right. And there's a lot of golfers out there that miss a lot of shots to the right. So anytime, just come in, give us a call. We'll set you up with a fitting appointment. Find out why we're one of the best fitters in the state of Ohio.
Welcome to the City of Springboro Heatherwoods Golf Club. I'm Mayor John Eggenbro. We are so happy that the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest Regional Golf Tournament is going to be hosted right here in Springboro. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. We wish you nothing but success throughout the whole tournament. If there's anything at all we can do in Springboro to make this tournament even better, please let us know. We'll see you around the golf course.
My dad's always been interested in golf. He's played since he was a very young kid, and when I was young, he wanted me to get into it a little bit. My interest in that sport wasn't like super high. I was interested in other sports. I raced go-karts around the country for about 6 or 7 years, and then starting in middle school, I started really liking golf. So my dad really was the one that got me interested in it, and then it just took some time for me to pick that one as what I was going to do throughout high school and college. I started playing golf at the junior high level. It was really awesome that they had a junior high team at Springboro. So I went out for that, made the team my 8th grade year, and then that translated into high school golf. Played 4 years at Springboro High School, got recruited by a couple teams, nothing big, but some small Division I schools, some other Division II and III schools. Chose Wright State to play. I really wanted to play D1 and ended up at Wright State and loved it. Played 5 years there, took an extra year with the COVID situation and enjoyed every minute of it. So I played on the JV level my freshman year and then played varsity sophomore, junior, and senior year. So I played in the district tournament 3 years. I was fortunate enough that the team and I made it out those 3 years. So I was able to play in the state tournament those 3 years as well. So love the district atmosphere. It's so good, very competitive. Lots of good teams, lots of good players, and just a really good achievement to make it out as a team those 3 years. I think a big thing is just to be very excited for the tournament. I know there's going to be some nerves involved with playing at the district level, but if you just translate those nerves into excitement and that you're excited to be here on this stage, you can use that as kind of like all right, let's go, let's get after it, and let's see where we can go from here. First off, I would recommend playing in college to anyone. I think the time that I had there, meeting people, meeting other athletes on other sports teams was just awesome. It just creates like a whole different sort of family atmosphere in college. As far as determining whether you would like to do it or not, I mean, that's kind of going to rest on the individual's shoulders, but there's opportunity. There's so many opportunities out there as far as schools needing players and all different skill sets too, with the different divisions of college and stuff like that. So just be very open-minded if you're wanting to play golf in college, to all the different kinds of levels and places where you can play. The state tournament's definitely going to be up there. All 3 years, it was very awesome. We had a great group of guys that I played with on Springborough's team when I was in high school, so that helped. I mean, pretty much every tournament had its own fun memories involved, but going to state those 3 years was just absolutely incredible. And obviously that starts with sectionals and then into districts, and obviously those district memories are always going to be awesome. Waiting on the last hole for whoever's coming in last, like, you know, seeing if you guys are going to make it out or not. I mean, that's very special, and some of the memories I'm never ever going to forget. I thought to myself, if I keep on this path, that I can be pretty solid at this game, and all it really takes is a couple of good opportunities and some good weeks strung together in the professional circuit, and you can take off. So as I continue to improve throughout high school and college, it just kind of made sense to me that I should at least try it, because I don't want to, everyone always talks about it, you know, as they get older, they're like, oh, I wish I went and tried it. So like, I didn't want to have those regrets later down the road, for sure. I'm super competitive, and whatever I want to do with the rest of my life, I want to be there, some sort of competitive nature to what I'm doing. So obviously I'm going to try to do competitive golf for as long as I can and see where that takes me. My experiences in professional golf so far have been absolutely awesome. There's just the same sort of grind that I've always been in with high school golf too, and college golf as well. There's always a grind, and my favorite part probably so far is just traveling. I mean, I love to travel, as well as just like I love to play competitively. It's taken me so many different places. I've been west, I've been to Colorado, I'm going to Sweden in a month in September to do the European Tour Q School. So it's just taken me so many different places where I probably wouldn't have gone if I were just starting a job right out of college. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts of doing it, for sure. That's the biggest thing about golf at any level, is just to have fun doing what you love to do. Take a couple deep breaths that morning, but remember that this is a game and we're out here to have fun with your teammates. And then just trust that you've put into the work all season, all summer, all winter. I mean, all the kids have put in so much work to get to this point. Just trust that work that you put in, and then have fun. I mean, that's the biggest thing about golf at any level, is just to have fun doing what you love to do. So just take a couple deep breaths, trust the work that you put in, and go out there and have fun. I would just like to wish all the teams just the best of luck. I mean, really, it's just what an awesome experience to be out here at the district tournament, and I just wish them all the best of luck, and I hope they all, like I said earlier, have fun, enjoy the day, and enjoy the beautiful golf course that we have here, because it's pretty awesome out here. So best of luck to all you guys. What separates Heatherwood from the rest is that the course condition is just going to be completely spectacular compared to some of the other ones. When I played in high school, we played at Weatherwax. Pretty solid course, but the condition was always up in the air. So Heatherwood's going to provide an opportunity to showcase maybe a little bit better at the district level, just because it is in tip-top shape all the time. Having Heatherwood host this tournament means a lot to everyone here. I know it means a lot to Tom and Matt and all the people involved in the pro shop that work here every day. I think it also means a lot to all just the seasonal workers, like the guys in the cart barn, the guys in the maintenance crew. It means a lot to have this tournament here, because we get to showcase what spectacular golf course we have. And it means a lot to the community as well. I think we're going to take great pride in hosting it here. I know I work here in the pro shop, and I'm going to take great pride in having this tournament here. And I think it'll be good for all the teams and all the players to be able to come out here and hopefully have it here further in the future. My time at Wright State was pretty awesome. I think it was different than other schools. I'm not really sure, because I didn't play at other schools, obviously, but the camaraderie between the athletic department, all the other teams at Wright State, and our team was just absolutely special. I felt so connected to the athletic director and all the other department heads at that school. It was really awesome. It really meant a lot to me, and like I said, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Going to a bigger school obviously could have been cool, but like I said, I loved my time at Wright State. It meant the world to me, and I would not change it for anything. I do run into some guys from my high school days and college days still currently. One of the kids that I played Springboro golf with, Josh Gilkison, he's actually turning pro this fall, so we're going to play in some tournaments together, hopefully travel together as well. I still run into some guys from Wright State. A couple of them have turned pro as well. So I see them all the time, and I see other kids that I played just college against at other schools all the time. So it's a pretty big network. It's almost like a family, so it's a lot of fun. To turn pro in golf as a playing professional, you really don't have to pass a test. You don't have to do anything. You just kind of declare professional. Maybe a better way to put it would be to just rescind your amateur status as a golfer, and then you can basically just start playing for money, and that just kind of opens the door for other tournaments, and hopefully you can continue playing well and make a living in golf. So there is no really like test or anything. You just kind of declare it yourself.
Welcome to Heatherwoode Golf Club, City of Springboro's municipal course, where you can host the wedding or the special event of your dreams. From small, intimate functions such as rehearsal dinners and baby showers to larger events like weddings, graduation parties, or corporate events. Join us to experience our exceptional service, high-end facilities, and breathtaking views. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or online at golfheatherwood.com, or just stop by to play a round of golf or check out the clubhouse. You may also contact me by phone directly at 937-748-3222.
Brad Smith here, Director of Instruction at Heatherwoode. I'm glad you came back to watch how you chip. Some of the problems that I see is the weight transfer. People are still trying to lift it, whether they flip their hands or falling backwards. Trying to lift. Don't want to ever lift, because what happens, I hit behind it. So we're always trying to stay forward. So the best tip I can give you to try to learn how to stay forward is put this left foot back. You're standing on one leg basically. So hopefully you have pretty good distance, but you can see I'm bottoming out in the front here. So we're going to set up, so that ball is going to be a little bit more forward. You can see all my weight went to the left side, put my foot back, and then use the left side. Not bad for one leg. So this is how we do it. This is how you're going to get better at chipping here at Heatherwoode.
This is Casey Phillips, or Clay Phillips, excuse me.
10:05's on number 1?
Yeah.
I had them on 9. Like they were right here. No. No, they're not on number 1. They can't be. I can hear you.
This is the 10:05.
Tell him. Hey Joe, you hear me?
Wait a minute. You have to press.
Joe, can't be 10:05 on number 1. Can't be 10:05 on number 1.
Okay, Neil, if I can't.
Copy that. 10:55.
Leo Schranz, Reed Flatfoot.
Take to 10:55, 11:55, 12:55. Time is right now.
Okay, number 9 has got the 10:15.
2:30.
It can't be 10:55.
He said on number 9 it was 10:15.
Yeah. 10:15.
10:15.
Okay. That means this group.
T- 10:15 on 9.
That means this group's done. That means this group's done. This group's finished. Like they're done.
Thank you.
Because they teed off on 10 at 10:05. They're done. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
Think about that.
So if 10:15 is on 9, then the 10:25 should follow them, right?
Yeah, I got them in order.
That's all in order now. 10:25, obviously 10:35. Okay.
I got that.
And then that group's 11:55.
I got the 10:05 groups done. 10:15 is on 9 and 11:55.
Tell Joe we're ready. Welcome back to Heatherwood Golf Club and the coverage of the 2022 Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest District Division III Boys Golf Championship. You're looking at number 9 green. The group of Carson LaGrange, Ross Dietz, and Levi Paul playing their approach shots in there. We're bringing you live coverage with 4 cameras today.
I believe that was Carson LaGrange, or that is hitting his approach to number 9 green.
Good view of that from the drone. You can see the bunkers protecting that green.
This is Ross Dietz from short left of number 9 green. He'll have to pitch his ball over the bunker and land it onto the downslope. And that is played very, I don't know, 6 or so feet left for his up and down. Very good shot by Ross there.
Again, I like this shot. This is a good angle of the hole. You can kind of see a little bit of the 18 green in the background along with number 1 tee. Looks like school's out in Springboro right now as the bus goes by.
This is Levi Paul from Tri-County North. Looks to have about 30 or so feet from the middle front right part of the green. Oh. Carson LaGrange will be first to play here. He's just chipping from just over the green on number 9. It's got about 25, 30 feet for his chip shot. Looks to have hit that pretty hard. Not going to be too thrilled with that result. This is the 10-15 group that started on number 10, so this is their last hole. Levi Paul now ready to play.
Oh,
wow.
Banged it off the flagstick and in the hole.
Wow. Good putt by Levi.
Levi brings this back from break with some excitement.
That is the definition of excitement. He's got about 12 or so feet up the hill. Ooh.
Oh. Good stroke.
I just missed that a little bit low. Ross Dietz here for his up and down.
And another
Very
nice
well
stroke.
Played there.
Carson LaGrange to finish out here.
Good putt.
Again, we're starting to get some groups finish up. First tee time this morning was 10 o'clock, so first couple groups are now concluding their play for the day. We went with tee times all the way to 11:55, so still got a couple hours of live coverage for you here. Looking to send 2 teams to the championship next week, along with 2 individuals. Those of you just joining us, they will be playing the state championship next week for Boys Division III at North Star Golf Club. Everyone here today vying for those spots. Got a beautiful day for golf. Temperature's starting to warm up. Quite cool this morning, but still beautiful day. I'm Neil Ambergy, along with Austin Schoonmaker. We're here at Heatherwoode Golf Club in Springboro, Ohio. Fortunate enough to bring you as much action as we can.